he was 2, and we still have the video of him walking around finding the eggs in the front yard.
Yeah.
And occasionally I go, "Hey, remember this?" He's like, "Yeah, nice, thanks."
We had some great Easter egg hunts at my in-laws. Like there would be, candies, but there'd be money in like one of them, the golden eggs.
Oh, yeah.
One of the golden eggs. It's where Nana and Papa had stashed the good stuff.
The good stuff. Were you a egg colorer guy? I know I was.
No. Did I color Easter eggs when my kids were young? Yeah. Was I an egg colorer?
When
guy?
you were a kid, you didn't do it.
No,
when you were,
Oh yeah, as a kid, yes. My mom, poor
loved
guy, God bless her.
the paws.
She'd have to drag, some eggs together and
The
all
paws
that.
kit that you could cut the little holes,
Put a
poke the holes
sticker on
out.
it. Let's put a sticker on it.
I just did I'd love to try to be creative with the colors.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
Well,
into
you
that
are
stuff.
artistic, so
Yeah,
that makes sense.
My brother, I got that from Brian. So I love doing that.
Artistic.
Well, let's do the top to bottom or the side. Let's kind of try to put stripes on there. So yeah, I was into that stuff. Then my hands would be I had dye all over my hands for 2 days.
Are you enjoying this, Kyle? Hearing this from Kurtis?
Did you do this when you were a kid?
My family actually still has them.
Nice.
I got little cousins that have just turned 7 over the weekend, and they are both beating me in the Collier Family Bracket Challenge right now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
They're sitting at 1st and 2nd. I'm down in 7th.
Okay. All right. Ain't nobody beating in my family. I'm first with a bullet. Now, that's not normally true, but I'm going to hype up this. Usually I get beat. Like my oldest daughter beat me last year. Dad is kicking some ass. And I've been subtle to this point.
Yeah.
But I'll lay it on because there is no shortage of when, oh, Dad, I thought you knew something about sports. And I thought I could come home and not hear that. No. No.
Nope.
No. Oh, maybe we should get somebody else to host the show, Dad. What do you think?
Hardy har har.
I think you better tread lightly. That's what I think.
I think you better look up above at that roof
Yeah.
and realize who put it there.
Joe Spiker, Easton Roofing,
Yeah.
not you. No, that's exactly.
That'd be like,
yeah. No, you didn't get up there. That's right. I didn't. We have a lot coming your way today. We'll play the feud with Todd Lebo coming up at the 3 o'clock hour. So if you want to be a contestant, get ready. We'll need a contestant in the 3 o'clock hour. Nick and Jake's. We'll give you a $25 gift certificate. 40 if you win. 25 for playing. They bump that to 40 for the winners. It's pretty nice.
40. Very nice.
Todd Lebo will give us some Lebo sounds, courtesy of our friends at Family Leisure. By the way, the hottest names in hot tubs have just arrived at Family Leisure. Proud to introduce the Sundance Spas, leading name in the luxury hydrotherapy. It's available at Family Leisure in Olathe. The big sale going on now. Buy a Sundance Spa during Family Leisure's wellness event, and you can choose a free infrared sauna or a free fire pit.
I dig either.
That'd be nice. That's
Fire pit
kind of a nice combination. If you want to feel your best, get out to Family Leisure there at K10 and Ridgeview. 4 o'clock hour, we're going to go through our Royals and Major League Baseball predictions. We made them before the season began, but we've just now getting time and all of us being here as we've had me off and Kyle off.
There was one of my bold and darings that I thought, I hope I put that on the sheet when I send it to you, because if I try to type it in now, it'll look like I faked it. I fudged it. I think it's a guy you had some high hopes for too. I was like, oh no.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll get to our bold and daring predictions. That's the best part of it.
Oh yeah.
The great David Lesky will be with us in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll talk some Royals baseball
during their off day.
If they could
Off afternoon at least after their off day.
like I said, if you could do that opening weekend and you'd be like, listen, we're going to float this. Should have played yesterday and left today off, or they should have been a day game today, because there's been no problem all morning and into the afternoon. It's just been cloudy, basically.
Yep.
And then I think right about the time they're going to be setting things up.
Boom.
So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening, but we'll talk Royals baseball with David Lesky. He will be with us from his Inside the Crown, where he does a fantastic job.
And here's what people I don't think quite realize. He actually is inside the crown when we talk to him.
He's up on top of the scoreboard, is that what you're saying?
He's has a little office up there, little Wi-Fi.
Do you think they're going to get they know they have to incorporate a giant crown in the new stadium, right?
I would think so.
That was like one of the big digs on what the other stadium, the rendition that they had. It's like, where's the crown?
It's only been there for 50 years. So when Anaheim remodeled their stadium, you said have that giant A out in the parking lot because there was nothing in left center. You could just look straight out in the parking lot. There were no stands there. And then when they enclosed it for the Rams to get there in 82 or something like that, they put something kind of on top of the edge of the stadium where you could see the A, but they never really did put the A back in there. And I think maybe when they remodeled it again after the Rams left, they might have done something like that. But that huge A in the parking lot was big there. When they enclosed it was like, where's the A?
Yeah.
Blanket A.
You got to know what the iconic things are that your fans want.
Yeah.
But so we'll talk some Royals baseball a little bit later on. Let's start with some college basketball. We talk about the local schools and or just what they got to do. We're always well. Let's start with your Mizzou Tigers because they were on full display last night in the McDonald's All-American game.
Yep.
What do you think? Are you ready to predict a Final Four run next year for Mizzou?
I'm not, but
because they have the ingredients. Because we're going to talk about what the Final Four teams look like. I don't know why he's got a great name. What did we give him?
Hell no.
Hell no. That's right. Hell no. What a great.
That's so
I don't know why I always blank on it. Hell no. Went to work on some things when it comes to the Ken Palm we're going to get to in a little bit as far as your Final Four teams. But Kurtis, you added on to what we talked about yesterday about the construction of these teams. And I'll say this, based upon what we saw last night with Mizzou, they have the beginnings of what looks like these Final Four teams.
Yep. And
it starts with like highly talented freshmen because the idea that, Darren Peterson didn't get there, DeBonce didn't get there, Amet didn't get there, Wilson didn't get there. Who else am I leaving out? Arkansas. Acuff didn't get there. Oh, so it must be no freshmen. No, there's plenty of highly thought of freshmen here, but we are going to talk about the economics of maybe how that money was splashed around. Freshmen are a very important part of the equation. That's a big part of it. But you last night got to see two of the highest ranked kids.
Yep.
In the class, we saw a KU kid who's a McDonald's All-American as well, but two McDonald's All-Americans from Mizzou, and one of them winning the MVP.
And one who may be a KU kid if they ever makes a decision, the number one kid.
Stokes,
Tyron Stokes. Taylor Kinney looked really good. Numbers weren't great, but when you watch the game, you could tell he's got the goods. He's really got a lot of
You could see the
pluses.
talent.
Yes, absolutely. But Jason Crow looked spectacular. I mean, the only thing he didn't really do, he wasn't like the sharp shooter, but he can do everything else and seemingly can score from anywhere inside the lane or inside the arc. Can go to the hole. He can pull up for the mid-range. He dishes. He has a couple of fantastic lobs for dunks. He looked amazing. And after one of the plays, we went down the left side and kind of tossed it up and over a 7-footer. I don't remember who was on the call or who was the analyst last night. He said he's the best one-on-one player in the country. When you watch it, you can tell. I mean,
and that's good because they don't run a lot of offense at Mizzou.
Exactly. I think he's probably going to be the guy who just takes the ball and goes, which maybe that minimizes the need for a really good point guard. Maybe he can just kind of be that guy, but I don't know. How it blossoms into being a really good college player is different, and you don't have very long. He's probably going to be there a year if he's as good as they hope.
If he lives up to your expectations, he should be one and done.
Yeah, if he's there a second year, it's probably because he wasn't as good. And how he'll mix with Bryant, who is a bigger kid, but it's 2-4 from 3, and a couple of more nice looks. He can dunk. He's good defensive. Hits the glass. A couple of blocks. How they mesh those two together with the returning players and whoever they go into the portal and get is going to be key. But man, the talent is there, particularly from Crow. I mean, it's just so impressive to watch him. He seems like he can really do anything a team asks him to do on the offensive end.
And so the question now becomes, can he put now the other pieces around it?
Yeah.
Can he build a team? Can they execute offense? And then it's easier said than done because I don't think Kansas ever executed offense this year. And we're talking about one of the greatest coaches that's ever coached college basketball.
Sure.
And that offense never clicked. Now, we know it was weird circumstances with the star player in and out of the lineup, and presumably that won't happen. But that is the task that's there to be had. And when we look at how these teams are built, what's amazing, we talked about a little bit about this last year, but when you look at where the players were ranked, here are the rankings. Would you use 24/7?
Yeah.
The 24/7 rankings of each player that are the double-digit minute players for Michigan. Okay, Lindenberg not rated. Well, he came from the JUCOs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we get it, but he's a senior, so he's unranked. That's why he came through the JUCOs and eventually then proved himself good enough to get to Michigan.
Yeah.
Right. Johnson, Marez Johnson Jr. He's a sophomore. He was number 31 in the country. Ade Mara, a junior, was at UCLA previous to this, but he was number 15 in the country when he came out. Elliot Cadeau, a junior, was number 12 in the country when he came out. He came through North Carolina.
And Johnson came through Illinois. I didn't know if you said that or not.
I don't think I did. So he came from Illinois. Trey McKinney, freshman, only been at Michigan, obviously, but he was the number 21 freshman in the country. Senior, let me do this. Let's just do all the freshmen that are double-digit minute guys and where they rank. Right? For all four teams. The freshman rank, because there's only one on Michigan, it's Trey McKinney. He was the number 21 player in the country. For Arizona, they have 4 freshmen that are in their double-digit minutes, so they're part of their rotation. Braden Burries was 9. Koa Pete was 11. Charkenkov, my guy. Is that how he says it?
I think it's Karchenkov.
Karchenkov was not rated because he's a foreign player.
Right.
But presumably, as you watch his talents,
pretty good.
He would have been a top guy.
No doubt.
And then the last guy's 29, Dwayne Aristode.
Aristode, yeah.
Aristode. He's 29. All right. Now, let's go to UConn. They're freshmen that are in the rotation. Mullins, 12. Reeby, 36. And that's it, right? They only have the 2. And then Illinois' freshman, Keaton Wagler, 152 out of Shawnee Mission Northwest.
That's going to confound people for a long time.
Merkovic, not rated, foreign kid, right? And then that's it for them on the freshmen.
Yeah.
So what do we note? Again, the freshmen, just to hear the numbers from all the teams, 21 in their class, 9, 11, 29, 36, 12, and 152. 36 is the lowest one other than Keaton Wagler.
Mm-hmm.
But there's none of them that are in the top 8. 9 is the highest ranked.
Yeah.
Right? And then there are a number of foreign players.
Yeah.
So if we were to use this Final Four as our jumping off point, what does that tell us about roster construction, team building? Like talking about it with Missouri, you've got the high-level freshmen, maybe too high level.
Yeah, one of them, Crow is 7, and Bryant is 14.
So that puts it into an area where it's like, okay, these fit. That's a little higher than the highest one in there. And we bring that up because we've talked about it. Does getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do you have to pay so much for them that it's great to get them, but it takes up so many of your resources?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be better off spreading that money around amongst multiple players?
Which is particularly interesting considering Kansas, it once was 2 months ago or 3 months ago, they were 100%. The crystal ball, like, he's going to KU. And now that's not the case. And I haven't been able to see a crystal ball, whether it's him or Michigan. I think Oregon is also in on him. But Kansas, having seen what they've just gone through with the number 1 guy, or at least at no worse than the number 2 guy, do you go dip into the till again for the number 1 guy? Or do you look at this as a cautionary tale, or is this something to avoid? And Kentucky has to kind of think of the same thing. Would it possibly be the best thing for Kansas to not let Tyron stuff? 2
things that I will point out. Both of them come from Duke. One, a great play is all that kept Duke from being here. And if Duke were here, we'd have
Boozer.
We'd have a top 3, and I think they had another kid that was even top 10.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one it was. It was a great class again. And if we go back a year, Cooper Flagg was the number 1 player in the country, and Duke was in the Final Four.
Yeah.
So it does not prohibit you. Like, should you not be going for number 1? No, you should, but I do think it is, you need to pause. Like, you should not be going for the number one player in the country at all costs. It's the same thing, the NBA salary cap doesn't really work this way, but it's the same thing. Let's say it's not number one, because like number one would be Patrick Mahomes. So Patrick Mahomes at all costs in the NFL? Yes. But the number 5 quarterback in the NFL, who is it? The number 6 quarterback? If you have to go give Tua the same chunk of your salary cap, which is basically what they did, or Dak Prescott, the same chunk of your salary cap that you're paying Patrick Mahomes, which is basically what those teams did, you're dooming yourself. So it depends upon what your budget is. It is clear that there is an amount that is too much for every team to give to the one player. Now, I'm assuming Duke has one of the biggest payrolls out there. Kentucky's obviously the horror show, bragging about, as Gary Parrish put, their $24 million. And then when they don't perform, they're like, we spent $24 million on this roster. And then when they come out slow, nobody wants to talk about how much they spent, because then they're embarrassed because they didn't spend it right, or their coach can't bring it together. Right? But this, to me, speaks to, and you know what we don't see much of? Sophomores.
No.
Like, you're either almost like a freshman, and maybe that's going to change because we're still really early in this environment, but there are only 2 sophomores in the rotation of any of these 4 schools. Right? I'm looking at that right, correct?
3. Two
3,
Michigan,
okay,
one
LJ
for
Carson,
Illinois.
yeah. 2 for Michigan, 1 for Illinois.
Yeah.
Only 3.
Out of 34.
Like, you're either a freshman that's so good you play and you play right now, or you're a transfer and you have honed your game and elevated your stature within the basketball world from being not rated. Most of these seniors have not ratings. Here are the rankings that they were at 24/7, the seniors, when they were coming out. And forget about who they are, but this is where the seniors ranked when they came out. Not ranked 50, not ranked 27, Jaden Bradley. Not ranked 40, 118, not ranked 25, not ranked.
There's a 38 in there as well.
Let's skip one. I missed one.
Burnett from Michigan.
Okay. So, there's all kinds of guys that came from completely off the radar screen.
For sure.
That at other stops perfected their game, improved their abilities, or just got recognized. Maybe they were always that good, but I'm assuming they all got better with age. And these programs scouted them, added them to the mix, and put them into part of what's a great team.
Yeah. It's something. The one that still sticks out the most to me among individual teams is.
Let me before you say that, let me just say what this all does is back up what Gary Parrish has told us all year, really for 2 years now, that big time coaches are saying, if you're not a top 50 kid, I'm not recruiting you, because I can get somebody better than you in the transfer portal. That's a junior or senior or 5th year or 6th year. And these days, I can get an older, better, physically more mature player than you. Like, I don't have time to recruit the number 150 and develop him for 2 years. The what Kansas fans reminisce about and love, the Devontae Grahams and the Frank Masons. Nobody's got time for that. And this Final Four backs that up.
Yep.
That's exactly the way you should be approaching it. If you're not getting a top 50 kid, you probably shouldn't be messing with the freshmen. You should be looking for upperclassmen that can improve your roster.
Absolutely. That is a really good melting down of it. What strikes me about Michigan, along that line, they've got 6 players on their team that were top 50. 5 of them came from other schools. The only one that didn't was the freshman Trey McKinney. But they managed to get talented players that came out of their class as talented, but they managed to get them after they've had some seasoning, and they've been in at least one other place.
I think it's going to be interesting. And Keaton Wagler, if you're like, well, Wagler's 152. Yes, absolutely. So if you're like, is it a hard and fast rule? Well, 24/7 has this kid 51, so I'm not going to recruit him. No, it needs to be your top 50 list. Yes. Like, you should be able to scout. Like, I don't think Devontae Graham and Frank Mason were really the 100-and-something best player. That's where they were ranked by others, by the way, who all do a great job. Don't start crapping on the rankings. It's an impossibly difficult job. So all the people that rank high school football and basketball players, I have mad respect for you. You do a great job, and anyone who's bitching about them, you seriously are just showing yourself to be a fool.
Yeah.
Okay? It's incredibly hard. But the point is, internally, your scout, you need to figure out who the top 50 are. And if you, or who the guys are that can play right now. Because if they can't play right now, the way college basketball is, we have a minor league. Sometimes the minor league, and here's what shocks me, is how many of these schools, the kids who came from other schools, came from, again, you're going to hear some of these schools are Final Four schools because we've talked about the incestuous nature of how there's several of these kids that all played at a school that's all they're might play against in this Final Four. But here are the other schools that the transfers played for: a junior college, Illinois, UCLA, North Carolina, Texas Tech, Ohio State, Alabama, Tennessee, Campbell, Michigan, Georgia, Dayton, Stanford, Arizona, Kentucky, an NAIA school, and Mercer. It's shocking how much big boy on big boy crime there is.
Yeah.
Like, I would have thought that there were a lot more Melvin councils. Like, everybody, the all-star team from the MAC and from Conference USA and all these, that these are the kids that are funneling up. But there are a lot of like, well, he isn't happy at Carolina, or Carolina ain't giving him the check, we will.
Yep.
And I wonder if that will continue to be the case. I wonder if you're going to have to be a better thief than you are scout. Which, again, even being a better thief, because you're not actually just sneaking the guy out of town, you're paying him.
Yeah.
Or is it you just have to be better at recognizing, talent, cost per talent. Like, okay, his talent is this is the right cost. We're stealing him from North Carolina. North Carolina has misevaluated him. He's a better player than they're paying him. It's not necessarily about having a bigger budget, because presumably these schools, when I mentioned, a kid's used to play for North Carolina, used to play for Michigan, used to play for Alabama, used to play for Tennessee, used to play for Ohio State, used to play for Texas Tech. They all have money.
Yep.
But somebody did they did a better evaluation of this guy's worth more than they're going to give him, or at least he's worth more than they're going to give him in our system, and we're going to bring him in.
Which is, I think, one of the players that individually that jumps out is Morez Johnson at Michigan. 31 overall, just 2 years ago. Went to Illinois and somehow didn't click or whatever in the portal. It's not like Brad Underwood's a dope. Morez Johnson found his way to Michigan the next year. He's their second leading scorer on maybe the best team in the country. And a year ago, he was at Illinois as a high recruit.
I would, if you would pick one school, I would bet a lot of money. And you get to pick one. You don't get the field. You don't get all three. But I would bet a lot of money that Illinois' budget, Illinois' payroll is lower and by a significant amount.
Probably so.
And if you, and again,
especially
against the field,
yeah,
I might find out that no, Arizona's at $14 million and Illinois is at $11.5 million. Right? I might end up being wrong. Gary Parrish told us on yesterday that all of these teams, I said, are these all, he's talking about certain teams being the Yankees. I said, have we got all Yankees or do we have a Brewers in here? He goes, no, they're all up towards the higher end. I would suspect, and that I get it, I would suspect that Illinois is the least of the bunch, though.
Yeah. And Michigan's probably the top of the bunch, and that might have played into the Morez Johnson move.
Yeah, but he said, one of the things that Brad Underwood did was look at it and go, I'm going to Europe. He's got the biggest contingent of European players because I can get them for less. And it worked.
For sure. That worked, and he either knew something about Keaton Wagler that no one else did, or sometimes players just peak at different parts. Some guys peak in high school. Some guys, they're just finding themselves. Once they get into college, they take a even sharper incline. But yeah, when you see Stojakovic, Mirkovic, and both Ivisiches, that's certainly a plan. That's not, and I also see a lot of Krivas, Karchenkov, Del Orso's from either Australia or from the other country that's down around New Zealand. That's Reby is a foreign-born player.
It's a minor league.
Yeah, and if you look at your team, and I look at Missouri and go, I don't see a European influence. Hey, Dennis, start Start looking.
Somebody
looking east.
Somebody on your bench should be a Euro specialist.
Yeah, start looking east.
Like when you build your staff, you don't need the Mocan guy's buddy near as much. Near as much, right? You need a guy who knows the junior divisions of really Eastern Europe. That's where a lot of these guys are from. And that's how you build a roster. So, I mean, I think you can see the evolution of college basketball. Again, I don't want to overstate. Can the number one player in the country, like, did KU screw up by getting Darren Peterson? No, Cooper Flagg was there last year. It can be done. Now, what we don't know is how much of their budget was it. You need talent around it. But it definitely says elite young talent and veteran experienced players. That's the combination to get to the Final Four. 913-3-810-810. We'll take a break. You're in the program. You listen to the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Petro, Seaboldt, Collier with you. Feud coming up in the 3 o'clock hour. Todd Liebo will join us then. We'll get some Liebo sounds. Apparently, we've got some exciting stuff with the Liebo sounds.
Wait.
You know what I am? I'm excited.
I am excited.
Yeah, that's exciting. We will get to that coming up in a little bit. If you want to play the feud, don't forget, you got a chance, guaranteed to get a $25 gift card from Nick and Jake's, the wonderful Timmons duo, Kevin and Jen Timmons.
I saw Kevin here today.
Kevin.
He was coming out. He was leaving as I was showing up.
Kevin, the owner, Jen, the boss. His daughter. She is the one who really makes it go.
Yeah,
let's
of
be
course.
clear.
He's aware of that.
They'll bump that to a 40 if you win it. So we'll need a contestant when we get done with this hour. I want to continue with a little more college basketball talk. I mentioned hell no. Did some good work here today, breaking down the KenPom ranking of all the Final Four teams since 2002. That's when KenPom started ranking it. And we found something pretty interesting. This isn't shocking, but we have the math behind it. This would be expected. KenPom's become more and more of a thing. If you're a college basketball fan, it's now part of your lexicon when you talk college basketball. But we looked up the highest ranked teams. So there are, how many, what did we say, 4, 6, 8, 10 teams that have had a rating. They give it a rating.
Their net rating.
Not their
overall
ranking.
Yeah.
But we wanted to look at their rating, so like the quality of teams, because theoretically the best team 10 years ago may be, the 14th best team this year because everybody is playing a more efficient style of basketball. Well, that is pretty much what we found out, because the top 10, starting at 10 and moving up, last year's Auburn team is 10th. The 08 Jayhawks are 9th. Amazing, by the way, not sure why they had such a tough time with Memphis when you look at the KenPom rankings. The best team definitely won that year.
Yeah.
I know it was all number ones, and everyone's like, oh, anybody can win it. Well, Kansas, Bill Self won when he was supposed to win. That was a tough-ass tournament, tough Final Four, and he got it done. They were a great rating going in. The 9th best rating in the history of KenPom was that Kansas team.
I remember the next year I was doing a story about how good North Carolina was, so I was looking at things, and every time I'd look for some amazing thing, I kept going back to the 08 Kansas team.
Yeah.
I think that is, even as a 1 seed and a national champion, very underrated team, just how dominant they were the entire season.
And Auburn, they did not play for the national championship. They were Final Four.
No, they lost.
All right, so Final Four, I'm going to add that on here.
They lost to Florida.
Kansas won it all. And you have that. Those three, by the way, are all won it alls, right? That you have highlighted?
Yeah, that's the champions.
Okay. So Auburn, by the way, the 10th best of all time, was 4th in the KenPom rankings last year. So that means the other, you're not all the Final Fours, but a couple of them you're going to hear from that year still to come on this list. So 08 Kansas is 9. They won it all. 24 UConn. 36.43. They're the 8th best. They were the one that year. They won it all. 25 Florida. Last year's Florida was 3rd in that year, but still in that year they're the 7th best of all time. Right? They won it all. 21 Gonzaga. Where did they go? How far did they go?
They lost in the finals to Baylor. That was the undefeated team that lost to Baylor.
Lost to Baylor
by 16.
The 25 Houston Cougars, another one from last year's Final Four. They lost in the finals, right? Runner-up.
Yep.
2015 Kentucky. That was the undefeated team that lost to Wisconsin.
Yep, in the semifinals.
In the finals, so Final Four for them. The Arizona Wildcats this year, right? This year. So it's still to be determined where they're going to be. This year's Michigan. And last year's Duke is the highest rated in the history of KenPom, and they lost in the Final Four off a miraculous comeback from Houston.
Yeah. But of the top 10 in the last, since 2002, 4 of those teams comprised the Final Four last year.
And 2 of them are from this year's.
Yeah.
So that means 60% of the 10 best come from the last 2 years.
Last 2 seasons.
Now, that a couple things stand out. One, people are paying attention to the Ken Palm and see it as these are the things that guy is identifying are the things that help you win basketball games, and we're going to build our team to be analytically efficient. And when you see the results of these teams, every one of them is in the Final Four. So it's great to be 1, 2, 3, or 4, but if you are one of the 10 best, you are going to go to the Final Four. So building your team, basically the returns on this are, if you build your team in an analytical fashion and you play an analytical style of basketball that adheres to what are the strengths that Ken Palm identifies in your team, and you are one of the best Ken Palm teams, you're going no worse than the Final Four. Now, do I think there's going to be a team that gets beat in the Sweet 16 at some point?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do. But no, we don't have Virginia or Purdue that lost to 1 seeds.
No.
Right? You don't have any 2s that lost to 15s. Like, you don't get upset if you can grade at the top end of these Ken Palm rankings.
Nope.
In their season, they ranked 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 4. Auburn last year is the worst rated
of those 10.
in their season.
Yeah, in their season.
Of the 10 best.
And they were top 10.
Which makes sense. I mean, we're talking about the 10 best of all time, but it shows. And the more recent, the more teams are playing the style of basketball, the better it is. Which I would say is a reason to, if you're KU, K-State, Missouri, play to the analytics. The analytics work.
Yep. You can go out and get top talent and still play to the analytics. You know, it isn't like Moneyball where you're trying to find, necessary value and have a style that maybe gets exposed. You could combine the two. We've just pointed out the fact that Michigan and Arizona have done that, and then they're way up there. They use the analytics, but they also go out and get top talent.
Yeah. So, there's some stuff that's becoming pretty apparent as to how you need to be building your team. Again, we'll bring it back to Missouri. We'll bring it back to Kansas. Getting those premium high school players is definitely a big part of the equation, but you better put the veterans around them. And then you really need to play a smart, analytical style of basketball.
Yep.
Because that's what's winning. Whether you like it or not, that's what's going deep into the NCAA tournament. That's the best formula to make sure that your program goes far. So if you're, like, to me, what's my takeaway from doing these things? One of your coaches better really know Europe. Because that's Illinois' success is they got after the European recruits and they identified a diamond in the rough in Keaton Wagler. And so you need you need scouts more than you need recruiters now.
Yeah.
You need somebody who can find the talent.
Yep.
Some of it, like Cam Boozer and Darren Peterson and Acuff, those top 10 guys, everybody knows who they are. But you better be on the hunt for the Waglers.
Yeah. You almost have to be more like a pro setup.
Yes.
You got
it's why they're all hiring
and
guys that have been in the it's why they're all hiring guys that have been in the NBA.
Yep. And your transfer guy, whoever works on looking for free agents during a season, that's your transfer portal guy.
If you don't have, like, I'll say this, like, let's make this for Cam Alexander at K-State. Like, what does he need to be doing? One, I screwed up again. Casey Alexander.
It was, although let me quickly interject. Last night, one of the guys they had sitting courtside talking at halftime was Corey Alexander, and I took a picture of it and I sent it to Kyle and said, "Hey, wow, K-State's new coach.
Yeah,
is courtside. He looks different. He does a little bit.
He does look different than Casey. Yes,
both bald, but
yeah. Otherwise, now I'm
Casey.
I was already forgetting. All right, now wait a minute.
Cam's
Which
a
one?
new one though. You brought Cam out of.
Who is Cam Alexander?
I have no idea. I'm sure he's somebody. Your off name always is
I think
somebody
he
else.
might be like a utility infielder or something somewhere that I have in my head from
if you
baseball
call him
weekend.
Grover Cleveland Alexander, we'll know. There's an issue.
Casey
Alexander.
Okay, Casey Alexander. Here's what needs to, because I know they just announced 3 of his coaches yesterday, I think.
I think so. Yesterday or within the last 2 days. Sometime early this week.
For K-State fans, like Kent, our buddy Kent, all of our, I'm trying to think, we get a number of great K-State fans that call regularly and everything. But you need to hope that one of those guys is a European expert. You need to invest in a qualified general manager, because you talk about you need somebody to do that. You need somebody who is heading up the talent evaluation.
Yes.
Right? And your coaches can be a part of it, but we're not far away from having a general manager and scouts. And that's going to be money well spent. If you can get over, and you're going to need a travel budget, and I think that's where, until the Euros come online to where everybody knows them, and I don't think that'll be that long with video, everything you've got now, but you need a full basketball operations. And if that means you have $1 or $2 million less to spend because of the 5 or 6 guys that are making $1 or $2 million in the doing those roles, that's money well spent. So if when K-State hired Alexander, he better have talked about his general manager, his European scouting, his overall scouting on where they're going to find the diamonds in the rough, and then roster construction, putting the talent together. Because I do think that's the other thing I'll go back to, where we see Carolina guy going to Michigan, Illinois guy going to Michigan, Michigan guy going, putting the group together that fits. I don't know that anybody's done a better job of that than Brad Underwood.
No.
Maybe Dusty May. Michigan really does have a lot of different, but Illinois, every guy is absolutely unique. There's no one like that guy's like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
They're all they got a 6'2" guy that likes to score in the post.
Right.
And then they got a silky smooth 6'6" guy who plays the point. They have just these dynamically different looking pieces.
Very hard to match up on.
But they all fit.
Yep.
And that's the other thing, is you better be able to blend the talent and identify the talent that will fit with what it is. And it's always a little bit of give and take. I think everybody has to coach to their talent. So if you have a team of all guards, don't be trying to dump it in the post. This is the most over-the-top exaggeration of a point to make it. But, Roy wanted to rebound and run. So he recruited Rafe LaFrences and Drew Goodens and Nick Collisons and, Jeff Graves. And, he wanted guys that could get on the glass, get it down the court. And if we don't score on the break or the secondary break, then I want a guy down on the blocks. I'm going to pound it into the post. But and we know that Bill Self liked his high-low early on. But you always have to tweak based upon the talent you have. Recruit to what you want to do, and then adjust to what you have, right? That's what every coach has to do. And so I think Brad Underwood, I give the highest marks of doing. He had a vision and or either that, and he created that vision with the players he brought in, or he brought in these players and he looked at them and said, this is how this group will fit together. Either way, I think it's an amazing job that he did.
Now, is that an aspect that Bill Self failed at this year?
I think so.
Because we go into the tournament, we had hardly seen any Paul and Bia minutes. And all of a sudden, he's out there all the time. And Cole Rosario the same. I know he struggled mightily in Big 12 play, but
I would love one day to have Bill Self sit and show me where I'm wrong. Exactly. A long, detailed conversation pointing out all the reasons why I'm wrong. Is if I were to say Bill Self has an Achilles heel, it is not putting freshmen or even just young players in general on the floor early at the expense of, I'm just going to say production early. I'm not going to say wins and losses, because there are some games that you're going to win by 30. Play those guys and get them to where they're ready at the end of the year. There's no doubt John Calipari somewhat burns his own boats in the sense that he just gets all freshmen. He has no choice. I've got to play them. But that's I said in some ways. He also has veteran guys that are sitting on the bench, and they're still there if, for the minutes that he needs, and if he has to fall back, fine. But, if I had a nitpick, that'd be one, and the other one would be he hasn't gotten enough shooters. He has not prioritized shooting the basketball enough. And those would be my dings. And if Bill Self's you're completely wrong because of this, I'm quite confident he'd be right. I just want to hear why. I don't know why I'm totally wrong. So until I'm shown, I believe those are his two weaknesses. But I think everybody has them.
Yeah.
Right? 2 weaknesses that have 4 Final Fours, 2 national championships, and 9 Elite Eights?
Yeah.
In 23 years?
Yeah. He can tap some rings on the desk.
That's right. We're picking nits. right? We're picking nits when it comes to him. 913-810-810, you're in the program. What is this from? Is this NFL Films?
Yeah.
Do you remember which NFL film?
I don't. This is more recent. The older ones I remember what Super Bowl highlight film they were from. This one's too recent for that. Anything done, before 84 or before, I can just about say, oh, that's from this so-and-so.
Yeah.
I'm not normal.
No, I used to buy the VHSs of like the Football Follies and the NFL film stuff.
And there's a number, most of the stuff was Sam Spence, but there's a number of them that were songs that were not even intended for the NFL films. A lot of the ones you heard in the early to mid-'70s was a composer, an English composer named Keith Mansfield, who does a lot of things. And they weren't not meant, it was just things they put out, music beds and the like. And the NFL films like that one. The song that we used for the Mike Sando Open is Keith Mansfield. It sounds like an NFL Films because it was in a Super Bowl video, but it's not Sam Spence. Most people probably don't care about that. But did you read the look on my face? But I think some people do.
No, I do think it's interesting.
The NFL film, that's how the power of the NFL.
I agree with that.
It got guys who listen to rock and roll and country music. Suddenly they're listening to classical. They hear classical too, and they go, "Oh, that's kind of."
Well, they recognize. I don't know that they're like, I got to go get that CD.
They actually sold a CD about 30 years ago that sold pretty well. But
oh, really?
They listen. When they hear a song, they go, "Yeah, that's the."
Makes me think of the NFL. Makes me
think of football. And like, really, cellos and.
I think it
flutes?
speaks to the power of music and the power of the NFL.
It speaks to the power of sensory connecting two things. You hear a song that reminds you of some great day or something that was cool, or even something sad, it doesn't really, the quality of the song is immaterial. It automatically takes you back to a certain spot. And that's if that spot was good, you like that song.
Can you name me a bad song that reminisces with you? I don't want to get sidetracked on this because I actually did have something else, but because I bring it up because you said that, and I'm like, I think it needs a good song because I think you need to listen to it a bunch of times, and then remember that time a whole bunch of times, and that's what
not to do with
if the song sucks, you don't remember that time you heard it or that it was playing.
Yeah,
I don't think like if there was a crap song playing at the time that your heart was broken by your high school significant other, and the song sucked, you don't remember it. But if it was like
the best night,
the best, I don't know. Throw Matt Derrick a bone. What's that? Turn Around Bright Eye song. What's that? Everyone loves that song. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Oh, God. Every time I hear it, I think about when Susie dropped my ass. Oh, so mad. So mad. I don't know why every time I do a guy crying, I become one of the Step Brothers.
Yes, it's really. That's why. And
it's my favorite scene from Step Brothers when they're crying at the dinner table and just lose it. I'm like, oh my God, so over the top. Now I don't know how anybody could have shot that movie when those two were doing the crying and everything. I was like, oh my God, that and the sleepwalk scene in the kitchen.
50 takes, I'm sure, every scene. But I mean, the worst thing would be if you have a really favorite song that you want to listen to the rest of your life, just don't play it when you're around in any situation that might break your heart because you don't want the connection.
Well, anyway, I digress. Speaking of heartbreak, C.B. Buckner continues to have a job in Major League Baseball. Did you? When are the rest of the umpires in baseball going to start filling pillowcases with bars of soap? Couple of them strapping him to his bunk and just beating the hell out of him.
When are they going to go private pile?
Yes. When are we,
private joker and private pile.
Yeah. Like, I if you haven't seen the movie Full Metal Jacket, it's a great movie. It's a Vietnam War movie. So be ready for it's one of those like, hey, this is what Vietnam was really like.
The first half of the movie is boot camp.
And it's Ari Army, or what's his name?
Arlie Ermy is
Arlie Ermy is the drill instructor. This is what launched him, who was a real drill instructor back in the day.
But the two main characters are Matthew Modine and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, and D'Onofrio's a screw up, and he keeps making mistakes, and then they make the whole platoon run and all this, and so they've all had enough. And one night they all agree we're going to stay up, and they strap him down with towels so he can't get up off his bunk, and then every guy in the platoon goes by and whacks him with a pillowcase filled with at least 1 or 2 bars of soap. Yeah. So they basically beat the hell out of this poor guy. And the point of it is, like, this is the military hierarchy. Like, one guy screws up, we all die, is the mindset in this boot camp. It's like, and that's the lesson they're teaching. You have to come along, guy, or we're going to die.
Yeah,
up here because you screw up. Here it makes us run, and he's not getting it, and then it goes to a point where it makes him a hot mess, right? Like it does not quite have the intended.
No,
he actually becomes a great sharpshooter there for a while.
He becomes so wonderful.
So it does to some degree elevate his performance. But like
with some lingering side effects.
I say it comedically. That's not funny, but it's a part of American movie culture because Full Metal Jacket was a great movie. And I bring it up though. I'm not really asking umpires to. But like, at what point do the other umpires go? This guy has to go.
Dude, you're making us look bad.
It's the whole 10-year seniority thing. Like, you can't fire anybody who's been here this long type of thing. Like, you as an umpires association, and I really think with ABS, with robot umps, breathing down your necks, I don't know how, like, they clearly we're all in it together. If we let them fire him, then they'll just be trying to fire us every time a call doesn't go their way. This guy blows. And if you didn't see his call last night, he wasn't even looking at first base when the guy stepped on first. He called him out, and there's clear video evidence he's not even looking at the bag.
The call was so bad that the reaction wasn't even rage.
It was
just like
they challenged it, It got overturned, and both managers were looking across the dugouts at each other, just laughing. And Curtis's point is right. It was so bad they're not even bothering to get mad. And yet he was behind the plate calling balls and strikes tonight. Like, at some point, enough has to be enough.
Yeah, and the Brewers and the announcer says, I can't wait to see him behind the plate tonight and tomorrow. It's going to be great. All right, in 1981, Indiana beat North Carolina for the national championship, but it was not the lead story that day. What was? Brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Let's do it. Let's start it. We need a contestant right now at 913-381-810-810. Phone lines are open at 913-381-810. Grab a line. You'll get a $25 gift card from Nick and Jake's just for playing. You will make that a $40 gift card if you can pick the right partner and win the feud. We'll bump that to $40 at Nick and Jake's. Call right now, 913-381-810-810. Need a contestant. Call now. Call now.
Call now.
913-381-810-810.
Did we give you the score sheet for last week?
No.
I have that somewhere, I think.
I need it.
For completion.
Yep.
And I had the answers written down for there could be.
I have those.
You have those.
I was given those by
answers, yeah.
by Kyle. Yes.
Yeah. I don't remember who won last week.
You don't?
Should we remember that, Curtis? That was just last week.
We should.
I think you and I won.
You and I were.
Yeah, we
did.
won.
Think
We won.
did.
Oh, big time win. Like 290 to 90 or something. Big
Yeah,
win.
that's right.
Who
that's
played
right.
for me?
Shane? No,
No.
it wasn't Shane. Kyle, what happened last week? This was a whole week ago.
Fellas, it was Darcy
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's
Darcy
right.
played. Darcy wasn't bad.
No.
He wasn't bad.
until the Missouri
Yeah,
quarterback question.
Yeah,
came up.
he had a little trouble with Missouri quarterbacks. Yeah, he's a young Kansas boy, so he didn't really know those. But
That's
yeah,
what it was.
yeah, we did all right. But the caller chose the tough route and went with Darcy. So
Okay, well, you know.
big win. So Curtis is what six wins? I don't know. He's on fire.
Well, that's going to end.
I'm trying
Yeah, it is.
That's
Some
gonna-
time.
I'm trying to find
maybe today.
the score sheet, get it called up so we'll have it there it is. I found it. Okay. It's ready. We'll put it into the record.
I forget that Darcy played. He wasn't bad.
No, I
You went bad?
No, he had
But he
fun.
played with the listener?
Yeah, the listener chose him.
Why?
I don't know. We said that we told
A
him.
rook? You going to take a rook in there?
19-year-old kid. He's not 19.
Not
I'm kidding.
19,
He's
but-
older than that. But
You know what? This may offend you, but if it comes to it and there's a fight, I'm taking him against you, Todd.
yeah, for sure.
I hope you're not
No
offended by
question.
I'm not
that.
offended. I'm not offended.
Is he like going for some powerlifting record or something? You know?
Like, he works out.
Looks like a high school weightlifter.
That's what, yeah. A little more than high school.
Well, just I went to quick. He and I showed up a quick trip at the same time, and the guy at work, he goes, "Man, that dude's big." He goes, "He looks really young, but man, he's
Yeah.
big." I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm not messing with him."
The baby-faced bully.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, he's not a bully. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
We've got a contestant. That contestant has a name. His name is Eugene. Eugene, thank you for playing. How are you, my friend?
Doing well. Appreciate it, guys. Love the show.
yeah,
First-time
thank you.
caller, last-time listener.
Thank you for being a listener. Thanks for playing. And you know you got a choice to make. Who are you going to play with? You going to play with Kurtis? You going to play with Todd? You going to play with me?
Let's go with Todd.
He's going to go with Todd.
all
So
right.
it's Todd
Let's go.
and Eugene. Who's going first out of you two?
You want to go first, Eugene?
Todd, you can go. Whatever you want to do, go ahead.
I'll go first.
Okay, Lebo's going to go first. Kay, where do you want to be?
I think it's always better if I go. I keep going second when we keep winning. So
Is that right?
Less of me.
Okay. All right. I will go first, and Kurtis will go second. So it's me against Lebo. It's Kurtis against Eugene.
Got it.
I've got
Eugene
it.
the hitting machine.
Yeah.
The dancing machine.
All right.
That's right.
Give me Todd. Give me Soren. 7 answers on the board. Name me an NFL penalty.
Petro.
I think that was Soren.
I'm
Of
gonna.
course it is.
I'm gonna go with holding.
Would it help if I had the button turned on? Holding, number 1.
There we go. We got to play, right, Kurtis?
Yes.
Name an NFL
NFL penalty.
penalty.
I'm going to say pass interference.
PI, number 4.
Well-
All the PIs?
All the PIs. Okay. Offensive, defensive, and as well for the holding.
Okay, and so offensive or defensive holding. Okay, so I mean, Chiefs fans have been treated to the last few years of false starts.
False
from
start,
Georgia.
number 2. My favorite response, false start, number 74. That was number 2 on the board.
I'll go with roughing the passer. They've had a couple of those that have been annoying.
Roughing the passer, number 5.
Well, give me a clip. A clipping.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
Did not make
Okay.
the list. That is strike 1.
People who love to watch the kickoff team will be legal blocking the back. Oh, wow.
Wow,
Strike
okay.
2.
So wait a minute. How'd you phrase it?
Name an NFL penalty.
And then what have we got so far? What are the ranks? And
Number
what are-
1, holding. Number 2, false start. Number 4, PI. Number 5, roughing the passer.
And then how many more are there?
Looking for number 3, 6, and 7.
What am I? Well, I guess along the lines of Juwan Taylor, I'm going to go illegal formation.
That's actually a good
Make
one.
it. That's strike 3. Over to
Wow.
Lebo and
What am I-
Eugene.
Well, you got it. What do you have on your list there, Eugene?
I got offsides. You already said roughing the passer.
I think roughing the kicker could be there too. I also have
Yeah, I'm
delay
trying
of
to think-
game.
I'm trying to-
Delay of
Delay
game.
of game is a good one, yeah. I was going to say really easy ones, delay of game or offsides, but one of those two.
So
is
it's
really,
offsides and false start are different, right? Yeah.
They are different.
Well,
I think we
offsides
should
is
go with
usually
offsides.
Defensive.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I thought offsides was with false start.
Offsides is the defense, though.
I think they're both moving before the snap.
Was delay a game there as well?
It was not. The ones you missed.
Encroachment.
Number 6, intentional grounding.
That's a good one.
Number 7, illegal use of hands.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well,
How many they
points
get?
there?
That was 90.
90. There we go.
There we go.
Off to a good start.
Let's go.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That's true.
All right, real quick, Eugene, let's test that buzzer.
Eugene.
There we
You gotta be a little quicker, Eugene. Let's go.
I want to jump on that one.
He's still going to be way faster than Curtis.
All right, give me
Getting
Eugene.
faster.
Give me Curtis. 6 answers on the board. Name me a team who won the Super Bowl in the 1980s.
Curtis.
Eugene.
Curtis.
49ers.
49ers, the number 1 answer.
Well, I guess
Pass
we
or
gotta,
play?
Yeah, we're going to play.
Dang it.
So you took the Niners.
Niners won it in 82, 85, and 89.
Well, the 85 Bears were quite dominant, so I'm going to say the Bears.
The Bears, number 2.
I will go with the Commanders.
Yes, Washington, number 4.
I was trying to think what's the best way to do this. So I'll go, I think the New York Football Giants will certainly be there.
Number 5.
Then I got to take the other team to win 2, the Raiders.
The Raiders, number
Okay.
3.
Yeah, was it 86?
One says Oakland and one says Los Angeles.
88 was them, 89 was them. Have we got them all?
One
we do.
more.
One more.
I think it's a technicality on this one more.
Oh, okay. It's on me then, right? So the one that won in January of 80 was the Steelers.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh
There we
Steelers,
go.
number 6. That's a full sweep.
Oh, yeah,
100.
okay. All right. Oh, holy cow. I was
That was
like,
almost north, south, east, west on that one.
Pretty much.
well, you have to know all the
with
teams
us.
that won. With
I know.
us,
the
yes.
crazy
The two
part
of
is
us.
there just weren't that many because
Yeah.
they won a
I
lot
know,
of them.
because I was like, God, I just went through like
Yeah.
Giants, Commanders, Niners. Like, whoa, what the hell are we missing here?
One.
You know what? That
Philadelphia.
category may have been too easy.
Maybe.
No,
Would have been better
no,
if
it
we,
made us
if
think
we
and we
won
got
the
it
jump.
right.
No.
They're very good.
Don't take because we dominate a category and say it's too easy. We're too good.
Yeah.
Too good.
We used to say that when the Chumps questions were phoned in, that it's a great question. If we had to think about it and we got it
still got
right,
it,
it's a
yeah.
great
That
question.
was a great
Great
question.
question.
Yeah,
That was a
Unbelievable
great.
question.
That was a great top category.
It's like when I go for my physical. I'm too healthy.
Too healthy.
Too good
Too
a
healthy.
shape.
Too good a shape.
Don't even know how.
All right, give me Todd and give me Soren again. 6 answers on the board this time. Name me an inept sports franchise.
Petro,
Lebo.
Soren.
an inept sports franchise, the Cleveland Browns.
Number 1 on the board.
All right, okay, we got to
nice.
play, right?
Yep. Ooh. I'm gonna say. Wow.
Wow, some things have changed.
The things have changed. I'll say the. Good Lord. I'll say the Cardinals. The Cardinals football.
Strike
Cardinals.
1.
Cardinals football.
Yeah, what's your definition of
Yeah.
ineptitude? And when do you start defining it?
I know. I don't know. I'm going to try because they've just been bad here for all but like 1 year. Oh, God. I'll try the Panthers. Okay.
Didn't make the list. I can't believe that. Strike 2.
White Sox.
Oh, my
Strike
God.
3. That was pretty bad.
I hope the Browns are worth a lot of points. What do you have, Eugene?
Well, what's the? I didn't hear the question.
Inept
What franchise.
Yeah, inept sports franchise, right? So this is professional sports.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I have the Clippers because I know they were awful forever. They make the playoffs, but they don't win. I think the Buffalo Sabres. I don't know if any people know that, but they have like not made the playoffs.
They're barreling.
They're going to make it this year, right? For
So what
15
professional
years.
franchise has not made the playoffs?
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's
just
just
inept.
inept. The Raiders around here are probably going to get some votes,
Yeah. I would vote on the Raiders. Yes.
and the Cowboys probably. I mean, I know they won 3 Super Bowls 30 years ago, but Mets are one that I think comes up as inept.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though they
Can't
make.
wait to hear
and
the
they-
answer.
Yeah, this could be like anything. You want to go with the Raiders because we think
The Raiders. Yeah,
we'll go
the
Raiders.
Raiders.
There we go.
The Raiders
There we
make
go.
the list at number 4. That's a
number
whopping
4.
40 points.
Hey, 40 points. Let's go.
All right,
we're
the
good.
ones you
Here we
missed. Number 2, the Jets.
Oh,
I
that's
would've
a
missed
good
the
one.
Jets.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Number 3, the Marlins.
Oh,
Yeah.
Number
thought about
5, the Dallas Cowboys. Number 6, the Charlotte Hornets.
Well, Hornets,
Hornets,
okay.
yeah, they're awful.
I had Clippers and Kings and A's written down.
Yeah.
None of those made it, so. All right. All right, what do we got? Curtis and Eugene.
All right, good thing Darcy is not here for this one. 6 answers on the board. Name me somebody who played quarterback for the Kansas State Wildcats.
Curtis.
Did you forget your
Curtis?
name?
I did. I'll say Avery Johnson.
He did not.
The current quarterback did not make the list.
Wow.
All right.
Name any K-State quarterback.
Yeah.
you said?
That's right.
Michael Bishop.
Yeah.
Michael Bishop, number 2 on the list.
Okay, I guess we'll play, right? We can.
You play?
I guess.
Scour
I'm trying to
through
think
some of
others,
these.
So.
You better get to work because you know me and names.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we got Michael Bishop, Jonathan Beasley.
Oh, you son of a.
Okay,
all right.
not make
Good,
the
good.
list.
Yeah, I
Okay.
wasn't
One.
going to say that. I was just writing it down for fun.
Wow.
I'm having a hard one on this one. Let's see. Who's the guy from Port Osage?
That's good enough.
Is that good enough?
Is that not good enough, guys?
No, it's
Oh,
not good
I
enough.
have no idea who he's talking about.
That's bad news.
Hell, I don't know. Todd Blackledge.
No.
No, I know.
Strike 2.
L. Roberson.
L. Roberson, number 3.
Okay,
How many strikes they got?
that's
2?
2. Keep thinking. You got a
Yeah.
guy. You got to just say his name.
I know. Oh my gosh, I can't even think of his name. I know who it is.
Kyle, he knows who it is.
I'm sure he does.
I know who it is.
I'm waiting
That's who
for
it
him
is.
to tell me.
Yeah, I'm not a K-State fan. I have no. I'm trying to think. I have no idea. I'm trying to get his name, but I don't know his name.
Dang it.
I probably just gave him an answer.
No.
No, I don't think so. I've got quite a
Okay,
list.
good.
Yeah. I've got one.
They could
that's-
be wrong.
Beasley was the first guy I wrote down,
If
though.
Avery Johnson wasn't there, then it could be anything.
Yeah, I've got so
Don
many.
Smith.
Oh, no, his name was Tom Smith. No.
That's strike 3.
All right.
Petro and
I have the
Seaboldt.
phone book. I have Chad May,
yeah.
Steve Grogan, Lynn Dickey, Skylar Thompson, Josh Freeman, and Stan Weber.
Skylar Thompson
about-
is the guy's
Alex
name.
Thompson. That's cool.
How about the coach? How about Colin Klein?
Oh, that's pretty good, too.
Big 12 player
Yeah,
of the year.
that's probably the back. I can't believe I didn't
I
write him
know.
down.
I was like, I'm pretty sure.
Want to go?
Klein.
Want to go with Colin Klein then? I think that's
Yeah.
pretty good. He's the coach
Yeah.
now. We're gonna
Yeah.
go Colin Klein.
Colin Klein, number 1 on the list.
How many do we get?
That's 55. Over to Soren and Curtis. The ones you missed. Number 4, Stan Weber.
Yep.
Number 5, Lynn Dickey. Number 6, Chad May.
Chad May had them all.
I had them all.
Skylar Thompson is your guy. Did he
Um,
make the list?
all right, back to me and you, Lebo.
Mid the NFL though.
He's still somewhere, too.
All right, give me Lebo and give me Soren. 7 answers on the board. Name someone who has thrown a perfecto.
Petro.
Soren.
Oh my God, Dennis Martinez. That's not going to be the best one, but he's thrown one.
Not on the list.
Sandy Koufax did this, I believe.
He did
Apparently
do
not.
it, but
Curtis.
he's not on the
Okay.
list.
Don Larson.
Don Larson, number 7.
So is that it? Do we
That's
get it
it?
now that we've
Yeah.
gone 2?
No,
or do you get
no.
a chance? Does
Yeah,
He gets a chance to
Does-
talk.
So we give
Eugene gets a
he
chance.
does get a
Yeah.
chance? Okay,
Name
better.
someone who's thrown a perfect game, Eugene.
A perfect game?
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan didn't do it. Did Nolan Ryan?
Yeah,
No,
a lot
he
of
didn't do a lot
no-hitters.
of 7 no hitters, but
Apparently,
All right,
you don't
so
have to be right, anyways.
we're gonna play, right?
Yeah.
Good luck getting 7 of these.
Well, I can name 7 guys. I just don't know if they're going to be the ones they put up there. Doc Gooden did it very ceremoniously late in his career. I'll take Doc Gooden.
Strike 1.
Jesus.
David Cohn.
I had
David
him down,
Cohn,
too.
number 1 on the list.
I'm 99% sure this guy did it. I'm going to... What's this? Just a no-hitter. I think. Perfect game, right?
Yeah.
What do we got so far? As I
You've
stall?
got David Cohn and Don Larson. 1 and 7.
I mean, there's... Tom Browning.
Strike two.
He played for the Royals, I thought for sure. Come on, Curtis, bail me out here.
Boy, do I go David Wells? Oh, damn.
What
Didn't
on
make the
God's
list.
earth
He did
is the
throw one.
list?
Yeah.
Well, the only one
That's
I
about
remember
5 more names I
from
didn't
a
use.
kid was Lynn Barker did it because it had been like 30 years.
It's the only one you remember? I've got like 3 more names.
when
written
I
over
was
here.
a kid.
Oh.
Didn't Randy
Randy
was it
Johnson had to have. He had to have. That's a much better name than Lynn Barker. Randy Johnson. I like Randy Johnson. Go with Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson, number 2 on the
I was
list.
leaving Randy Johnson there for Curtis,
Last
but
300 game winner.
And that was a guess, by the way.
until the next one.
How many points?
That's going to be 60.
Not enough.
Oh, my God, not enough.
Still 11
We're
short.
still alive. Okay.
All right, the ones you missed. Number 3, Mark Burley.
Burley.
Number 4, Roy Halladay.
I had Roy Halladay written
Number
down.
5, Matt Cain.
I have Kane.
Number 6, King Felix.
Yep.
So no Fernando? Didn't Fernando do it
I
too?
think he threw a no.
It was just a no-hitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lynn Barker.
That's the one I
definitely
couldn't
did it.
remember. Was he a no-hitter?
I think Lynn Barker
Yeah,
was
they-
the first one since Don Larson.
Yeah,
He
they
Didn't
got-
John
they got
Lester do it too?
might have been just a no.
No,
yeah.
he threw a no-hitter.
Okay.
All right, this one should be a little easier.
Curtis and Eugene.
Give me
All right.
Eugene. Give me Curtis.
Come on, Eugene.
In the
Jump
last
early.
10 years, name me somebody who won Super Bowl MVP.
Curtis.
Curtis.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, number 1.
Okay. Was that 89 of the... We're going to play, right?
I think so, yeah.
Last 10 years, so that would be... what do we have? We just had the 25, so that'd be
2026,
so 16 to 25.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, number 3.
Kenneth Walker.
Ken Walker, number
Good job.
2.
I think Nick Foles won it. Nick Foles?
Nick Foles, number 6.
Jalen Hurts.
Hurts, number 4.
How many more are there?
5 and 7.
I'll go with Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman, number 7.
Couldn't remember. I'm like, is that in that window or is that the 14?
Yeah, it's hard to
That was
remember.
2019.
Oh, my God. I know the player. I know the team. I know the position. I can't think of his name.
We'll say a name that sounds like the player, team, and position,
Yeah.
and I'll bet I can pick
I'm-
it up.
I'm trying to. Let's see.
Just quit looking at each other.
How many strikes we have?
0.
None.
0.
Just fly
the
out
tackle
here.
for the.
No, don't cheat.
No.
Lebo runs around here pissing and moaning.
Merlin Olsen.
Think,
Strike 1.
because I am okay. I get it now.
Oh boy! Now here we go.
I'm gonna try Aaron Donald. It just kind of came to me.
Strike 2.
That's the guy I was going. I couldn't think of
I
Aaron
knew that's
Donald.
who you're going for, but I'm like, did he win it? Did he?
Merlin Olsen. No.
Oh, we got one more.
I think he did. Oh, okay. Von Miller.
He is in the last 10 years, but he did not make the list over this guy.
Wow.
I know who it is.
So, read the list of the correct answers.
All right, number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Ken Walker. Number 3, Tom Brady. Number 4, Jalen Hurts. Number 6, Nick Foles. Number 7, Julian Edelman.
All right, so I think it did. Hold, we're just talking here, Eugene. Did Matthew Stafford win the one when the Rams won?
No, and that's the Super Bowl I was thinking of because
Oh, damn it.
it wasn't a quarterback. I don't think
I know it was now.
the Rams won,
Stop.
so it had to be somebody on the
And it
Rams.
wasn't Aaron Donald, obviously, and it wasn't Von Miller
Who
who
was
played
it?
for him.
Who was the running back or a receiver? Obviously, well, probably one of the defensive player.
Because I know the guys. Oh no, it was, did Cooper Kupp win? I think it was Cooper Kupp.
I think I don't even remember the running back, but Cooper Kupp stands out.
I know he won this. He did not play the year they lost. You want to go down swinging with Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, that's good. Do that.
We're gonna try
I think
Cooper
that
Kupp.
stands out.
Yeah, let's
Cooper Kupp.
Come on.
Number 5 on the list. That's a full 100.
100. Add it
man.
up. Add it up. Petro.
That's enough.
290 to 155. You are a winner, Eugene.
Good job,
Well done,
Eugene.
my friend.
You earned it.
Well
All
done.
right.
You're going to
Nice
Nick and
job,
Jake's. You bet. You bet. Enjoy. Eugene.
Didn't win a single jump.
God bless.
Doesn't matter. He's-
Crying out
he's-
loud.
he's
Well
a Nick and
done.
Jake's.
We got her
Can't
done.
believe we didn't get that. You threw me off with Aaron Donald.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought won
Why
it.
did you say Preston Pearson or Drew Hill
Preston
or
Denard.
Flipper Anderson or something?
Yeah.
Then I would have figured
If
it
I'd have
out.
known it, if I'd have known it was Cooper Cup, I would have.
You would.
Clown.
The reason I didn't say one of those guys, I thought Aaron Donald won it.
I will chastise you during the break. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Nick and Jake's just giving away. Great place for you to go. Enjoy some sports. We're going to be over there for the Masters next week. Always a great place to watch all your golf. It's Nick and Jake's. Locations on both sides of the state line, whether it's dine-in, whether it's carry-out, whether it's delivery. Nick and Jake's, KC's home for great food and sports. Visit them online at nickandjakes.com. We come back, a little Lebo Sounds with Todd Lebo, brought to you by our friends at Family Leisure. Don't forget, they got their big sale going on right now. Buy a Sundance Spa during Family Leisure's wellness event, and you can choose a free infrared sauna or a free fire pit. Right now, check it out at familyleisure.com. Yes, indeed. Todd Lebo brought to you by our friends at Family Leisure, one of my favorite places on planet Earth. That's where family and fun comes together. And they got a big sale going on. The hottest name in hot tubs. Family Leisure proud to introduce Sundance Spas. Industry leading in luxury hydrotherapy, now available at Family Leisure in Olathe. They've got a big sale going on. Their wellness event is happening. You can choose a free infrared sauna or a free fire pit when you buy a Sundance Spa during Family Leisure's wellness event. Take advantage of it, plus always great deals on patio furniture, chair height, bar height, whatever you need. They've got everything in between. 5-piece dining sets starting at just $9.99. Huge in-stock selection of deep seating and sectional groups customized to fit your space. They've got it all. Above-ground pools, hot tub spas, everything. It's there. It's at Family Leisure. They're at K10 and Ridgeview. They're online at familyleisure.com. Todd, you got a special treat for us today.
Yeah, I thought we would have some fun. And listen, this is meant to be in fun.
Right.
Okay? This is, we've talked about the stadium a lot over the years.
The Royal
and
Stadium.
we are still here doing this. So I thought for Lebo Sound, since we got some fresh stuff on Monday about the stadium, and the Royals didn't play last night, that we haven't got the OTAs going yet. I thought we'd have a little fun here. So what I did, I went back and I found 10 sound bites. And from John Sherman, the Royals owner, talking about the stadium issue. Okay. And I have given you and Kurtis each,
all from just yesterday or Monday?
These, the first one is from 2019. There is at least one soundbite from every year from 2019, 2020, all the way to 26, and a couple of years have a couple of sound bites.
Okay.
So I thought it would be fun. I have the dates, and Kyle has the dates with the bite. You just have the dates.
Okay, so we got to pick.
We're going to play a sound bite. You need to listen to it, kind of get a little context of it, and make a guess.
Okay. So how should we do it? Once we use a bite, it can't be reused. If we get it wrong, it's just eliminated.
Well, I'll just score it. We'll score it right away and tell you you're right or wrong. You can go back and use the same date again if you want, because it's going to be a lot to try to remember all 10 of these.
Okay.
We'll just go each
Just
one.
not quite drawing a line
score
from
as
one
we
column
go.
to the other.
Score as we go. If you get one right, that's
so then
great.
you're going to tell us, so if we go, I go, oh, it's March of 25, and you go, no, that was September of 21.
Yeah.
Then I can cross off September of 21.
Right, then that won't happen again.
Okay.
And so by the end, you better get the last one right.
Yeah, we better get the last one.
And there's a little bit of clues in here, and I'll tell you this. Some of these things, you were there, and you may have asked the question. So you better get those right.
So if I just give
Hold
the
on,
same
let me
answer
look at
for
these
everyone,
dates.
I'll get at least one right.
All right. So, yeah, if you mess them all up,
Okay.
there is no prize here. But, all right, so we'll just say, roll the first bite.
There's no news to report on our stadium process. These are complex, multi-jurisdiction, public-private partnerships. They always take longer than any of us hope, and they really should take a long time. It's a generational decision, and but we got to get it right. We got to get it right for a club, for our fans, and the community.
All right. So talking about this is generational. It's important.
All right, we'll trade off making our choice first.
I
We can do the same
Yeah.
one, but just go ahead. What do you think?
March 26. March of 2026.
So that was just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. He's wrong on that. That is, I think, March of 25.
It is March of 25.
Bing!
Congratulations.
I remember
That's
that.
fantastic.
I
But he
was not
said
there.
something very similar 2 days ago.
Yeah, he
I
did.
will say
Wow.
He did. But I remember that. Like, they take a while, and they should take a while.
He said,
I remember that.
He said basically the exact same thing 2 days ago, but I
Yeah.
didn't cut that part from 2 days ago. We do have a bite from 2 days ago.
Okay.
All right, next up, bite 2.
You look around the league, there's certainly, because of the nature of the game, 81 nights a year, there's certainly, if you're in a denser environment where there are entertainment options and maybe ancillary real estate opportunities as well, you bring a lot of economic activity. They also generate revenue on non-game days, too.
All right.
All right, so I got to go first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'm going to give you. I guess I'll give my reason, and maybe this will help Kurtis, but maybe it won't. That sounds to me like it was a conference call
Okay.
more than somebody standing there.
It was definitely on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the phone, but that sounds like early in the process. I'm gonna say December 20, December of 2020, December.
I'm going to say February of 24.
December of 20 on the program with Soren Petro.
Nice.
Now, I'll say this, and that was I was.
This is a
thinking
great
about-
game. We should do this more often.
There was a little glitch in you because I think you were at home probably because this was during the pandemic.
yeah.
So we must have had him on the phone, and there was a little glitch when you asked the question, and I was like, God, that was a pandemic.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you're
Okay.
2 for 2. Now this is getting easier because now you've got something to hold up here.
Right.
All right, next up.
So we're having some thoughts about it. I think we want to be more transparent on how we're thinking about it, begin that discussion, and start to get feedback from the various groups in the community as how they feel about the concept, and then how we can, the criteria that I gave, community impact, economic growth, and quality of life for people in this region. If we can make that work and the math works, it's certainly a possibility for the future.
I'm going to say March of 2024.
No, you got that wrong again. That's November of 19. That's his first time he talked about it.
No, September of 21.
Oh!
Which I think actually it happened during the press conference where they said J.J. Piccolo was the new GM in Dayton was going to
Okay.
moved upstairs. At the end, someone got a little question in. So nobody got that one right. So
Okay, damn.
take 21 off your list. It's gone now.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I don't think there's a lot I can say, Todd. I just, we're working very diligently on multiple opportunities, and it's always dangerous to set a deadline. But I would tell you, I think the pace is picking up, and consistent with what I've been saying. I expect we'll be able to talk about something sooner rather than later, and we have a great sense of urgency about that.
Who's first? Am I first? What are that?
I don't remember. Are you
1,
first?
2,
Carter?
3. Who was first? You went first.
I went first time.
So we're on the fourth one. So I'm up.
Okay.
That's a couple days ago. That's March 26th.
Yes.
Yeah, that was March 26th. That was the easy one. That was just a couple days ago. And you played that one on the air, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
the memories are going good, guys. You guys are doing good on that.
Curtis is on the board.
Absolutely on the board. All right, fifth bite.
There's a lot of thought that baseball, there's more economic opportunity if it's in denser areas where you can have ancillary real estate. But we'll evaluate that decision or those thoughts or those strategies over the next few years, and it'll be driven by, what's best for the club, what's best for our fans, and what's best for the community.
A little bit of hints in that one.
March of 24.
No, that's November 19th.
You've been trying March of 24 forever. November.
I have.
That's the ownership.
What the hell? I have no idea what is March of 24. I
Yeah.
had some ideas of what were going on some of these.
So that was the opening press conference when he was announced.
That
as
was the first
owner.
one where he said it.
Very
That-
first
yeah.
one. And I didn't realize it was me. It was me who asked the question. I was like, I've been that guy the whole time. Hey, people have been talking about a stadium for a while now, and that's when it was.
It's funny that the 2020 was one that I asked because I had something else in my head. So that's interesting. So
Yeah,
okay.
that was the phone. I don't think he's been on a conference call. He was probably on a Zoom somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't think
But
about
everything else
being on the air.
was either like we're out there in person, and it's.
He doesn't go on the air now.
Yeah.
He did. He came. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just. He does go on.
Not
the air.
here.
Well,
In a
yes.
bit. In a bit. So, let's go to the next bite. Bite number 6. Right now, Soren has 4. Kurtis has 1.
I would say that the speculation has been seems to have been heightened in the last few days. I would tell you a couple things about that. Whatever the source of that speculation, it didn't come from us. And when we have something to talk about, we're going to be ready to talk about that.
Where are we back to? Me?
I think it's back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
back
me.
to you.
That's one of two. I know it's one of two. I'm trying to remember what. I'd love to have you play it again. Do we have time for you to play it again? Play it
That's a
again.
short one. Play
I
it
would
again.
say that the speculation has been seems to have been heightened in the last few days. I would tell you a couple things about that. Whatever the source of that speculation, it didn't come from us. And when we have something to talk about, we're going to be ready to talk about that.
All right, I've got to narrow down to 2. I had it for 3, but I've eliminated 1. I'm going to go March of 24.
I'm going to go February 24.
Buzz. March
Oh.
of 25. I believe the speculation.
No, we've already had March of 25.
Did I get the thing wrong? No, we have March of 26th.
No, we have March 25.
We have March of 25.
I marked it off.
I had it circled as one you gave me for being right. Did I get it wrong?
November of 25. my list here. I got November 25.
Well, be careful.
No, you got November 25 right. December of 20 right.
No.
That's
No one
number,
got
that's
number
number one, Lebo. You gave him that one.
Oh, I was wrong. Why
Yeah.
did you tell me I was wrong then?
I thought you made.
Okay,
maybe
you were
just
wrong on
typed it
number
in
one.
wrong.
So which one? So what did?
So that November 25 was the first one. This was March of 25. So we'll
that
give
one's
you,
wrong.
Yeah,
So-
we'll give
so
you credit for
that's
one
out.
of them
All right, so you give me credit for one of them.
because you were
Okay.
wrong on the other one. That
Okay.
speculation in November 25 was, I believe, about Kansas and
Yeah.
reports. That
Yeah,
was a
that
done
was
deal.
done. Yeah, that's why. Because I would have. That's what I
messed
would have
this up in the
said.
beginning. Why don't you stop me, Kyle?
I thought you just typed it in wrong.
I know, you gotta
figured
tell
you had
me.
it in on your list
Okay.
correctly.
All right, we're straight now, I hope.
Okay.
We'll
All
give you
right.
both credit for that because I messed
All right,
up.
let's take a break.
Teacher's air. Take a
We'll come
break.
back. We've got a few
Regroup.
more to hear. We've got a few more dates on the calendar. Todd Lebo's here. It's little Lebo Sounds. It's always brought to you by our friends at Family Leisure. Upgrade your backyard today. Visit Family Leisure at K10 in Ridgeview. Spring sale going on right now. The Sundance Spa's wellness event is happening right now as well. Don't miss it. Buy a Sundance Spa during Family Leisure's wellness event, and you can choose between a free infrared sauna or a free fire pit. It's all one of the best places on earth, locally owned and operated for more than a quarter century. Mention 810, save even more. It's Family Leisure, K10 in Ridgeview.
All right, the Twin Peaks, end of the hour answer. In 1981, Indiana beat North Carolina for the national championship, but it wasn't the lead story that day. What was?
That was the assassination.
It was the day Ronald Reagan was shot.
Attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the lead story was that's the last ever third place game.
It's good. Yes.
They played the day before. They played on Sunday.
I think they played the day before, I believe.
Day before.
March 30th, 1981.
Okay.
Remember that one, Kyle?
At the Spectrum.
No.
Not the assassination
No, the
attempt.
assassination attempt was not at the Spectrum.
No, it was somewhere else. The game was.
It was at the Washington.
Yeah, it was at
Hilton,
Washington,
I
D.C. You don't see the guys just wandering around outside the hotels like that so much anymore.
Not normally.
No.
No. Well, let's just move on.
Move on.
Okay, point out some other things that are different.
I made a mistake earlier, and I apologize for that. Those were both from November, but now we're on.
What's the score?
We have I have you with. We gave you credit on this last one, so it's 4-2. I gave you both credit on the one. So here's the deal: we have 4 bites left.
How did Kurtis get one? He didn't get it.
He got one March 26th one. That was 2 days ago, and then I gave you both credit on that last one because that was my mistake.
Okay.
So we now have February 24.
Not saying I'm competitive or anything. I'm just saying.
There's no prize here, Soren.
Well, no
February. I know you haven't won the feud in a while. You're looking for a win.
I am hunting a win.
We got February 24, June 23, March 24, and September 22 to go.
Okay.
And you guys are all going to get the last one, right? I hope, because we'll be out of
theoretically
wrong answers. Unless I've messed something else up. Here's bite number 7.
We plan on, we still have the same plan for office, residential, hotel. So I think the revenue opportunities will be there, and then certainly over time, we'd look for ways to expand outside of that. Again, if the neighborhood was open to it, and so no, I really feel it. The other thing, I really like the real estate there. I think is I think it's just a special place when you think about taking advantage of all the existing energy already.
All right. Did that sound different than the other bites?
It did.
I'll give you a hint there, maybe.
I'm going to say
Passing
that
hints
was.
Is it you or is it me?
I think it's me.
Yeah, he's on odd numbers.
I'm going to say it was March of 24.
Soren?
It's one of two. I don't remember the music. Spring training, you and I were there, and you don't have the spring training one, do you? What year did you and I go together?
I'm not telling you those things right now.
26, no. 25 was a no. 24 was me and Jack. I'm going to say March 24. It sounds like that's the K. So it sounds like that's early, and he would have talked early. Usually he's not out there talking, so I'm going to say March of 24.
No.
What Kurtis say?
I said March 24 also.
It was February 24.
Yeah.
It was spring training, and you and I were there in 24.
It was 24?
Yeah. And
I knew it was one of those two. I couldn't think of.
God
they were there
blessed.
in both months.
Yeah.
So I knew that was a surprise.
the music was
I thought it
playing,
a surprise.
and he was backing away from us, of course, like always when we were trying to talk. So.
God, I knew that's the one I was looking for.
Or else
I
Jack was there. Maybe it's you and Jack or whatever.
I think it was me and Jack on that one.
And Jack.
I think it was me and
there.
Jack on that one.
That was tough. All right, so next bite.
We think it's important that we have a sense of urgency about this because, this is a really important project, and the time is now. And I worry a little bit about getting bogged down and this process slowing down and losing momentum.
I do want to point out, I would never want to get bogged down in this process or losing any momentum.
That's to me. I'm going to go September of 22.
Same.
No. June of 23. I believe that was actually at the announcement of
the vote.
Of a couple of options.
Yeah.
They a couple of options which they end up changing later. I believe that was at the one where they gave us 2 options, ended up being another option.
That felt like an unveiling type thing because the microphones aren't always as good.
Okay.
All right.
So we're down to March of 24 and September of 22.
I think you guys will get these right.
Okay.
We on 9?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not saying it's like the Cubby Bear or Murphy's Bleachers in Wrigley, but I think there'll be an organic entertainment district that will evolve, and then we'll certainly we'll be focused on a hotel, residential, that type of thing in conjunction with the stadium.
Me, I'm going to say finally that's March 24.
I don't know. Can I hear it again?
Sure.
I'm not saying it's like the Cubby Bear or Murphy's Bleachers in Wrigley, but I think there'll be an organic entertainment district that will evolve, and then we'll certainly we'll be focused on certainly a hotel, residential, that type of thing in conjunction with the stadium.
I'm gonna go September 22.
It is March of 24.
Oh wow!
That was right before the vote.
Recognize the sound of the
All
phone on the table in the interview room.
So Curtis gets the 3, but guess what? The final score is going to be 5-4.
So yeah, that was right. We had a couple from February. One was at spring training, and then they came back, and it was the final push before the vote. And I think it was when they actually had the press conference where they said, "All right, here's the deal. We're going to keep Oak Street open somehow." They were doing anything before the deal.
Yeah.
That's the entertainment district. So here's the last one, and this is from September of 22.
When I think about the stadium, people ask me this a lot, but it's really, and maybe I've said this to this group before, but it's really about much more than a stadium. We're really talking about a ballpark district and all that comes with it, and all of the things around it, and neighborhoods and jobs and more public transportation options. And I think about it really in a bigger context for Kansas City.
That bite went on to talk about, we've got the World Cup coming, we've got an airport opening, we've got all these things. And listen, I think this is a fun exercise.
Where was that one?
I think it was just it was end of year press conference, the year ender. I think it was September of 22. And like I said, I'm not doing this to poke fun at the Royals for this, but this has been an ongoing thing for going on 7 years now. Ever since he bought this team, this has been a topic from then. And it's not done yet. I think we're going to have a new baseball stadium by 2031 in Kansas City somewhere. I think so. I certainly hope so, because if we don't, after all this, it's going to be a disaster. I don't think the Royals have handled everything perfectly, but a lot of these things have been out of their control. And I kind of joked with John on opening day out there. We were kind of just talking about after the press conference where he got asked a bunch of questions about this, even though he didn't particularly want to talk about this. And I said to him, I said, can you even imagine that when you got this team and you started this process that it would be, opening day 2026 and you don't have a site yet? And he's like, it's been what it's been, you know what I mean? So I think he's just got to be, if you'd asked him the day in September of 22 where he talked about this, I think they already started kind of having some conversations with the government at that point.
Well, and in November 19th, he said we're underway.
Well, he was asked a question about it. He's exploring it. But there's no way a couple years after owning this team, when they had started kind of really talking to people about this, that on opening day of 26, they wouldn't have a site picked out. Just no way he would have said that. Oh. So they are where they are. He says they still have time, but it's getting late pretty early now, to build a stadium, because here's my guess. If they end up building this thing in Kansas City, Missouri, which I think is what he wants to do, I think they want to be downtown. I guess you hear a lot of these bites. It's what they want to be downtown. It won't be smooth, even when they pick a site, because there will be problems in Kansas City, because there's always problems in Kansas City.
You're such an optimist, Todd.
I mean, it's just, how it is. Construction companies, bids, Oh, look, we found a sewer from 1912 that Pendergast put in here.
And it won't handle the flow of water we're going to need. Yeah. No, I agree. The thing that stands out to me, do you hear anything that he said wrong or did wrong, or in how many times he was talking?
I don't really hear anything
I don't either.
He did wrong. I think he's always, for me, and this is just their sound bites here, okay? These aren't full press conferences. But for me, I think he's always deferred and not tried to be the bully in the room, you know what I mean? And maybe that was a detriment. Maybe they were too nice about some of these things. But I do want to point out how long this has been. The very first press conference, Mike Swanson wasn't there. He was still the director of communications. So Ryan Lefevre had to run the press conference, and Sam Mellinger was asking questions. And now he's been the director of communications for a while out there. So things have changed. A lot of the same voice. I remember I was listening through some of these, and Blair was asking questions, and Sam McDowell, and Vahe, and me, and you, and all these things. So a lot of the stuff's kind of similar, but I mean, listen, Dayton Moore was the GM when they started this thing.
Yeah.
At this point, that first cut, the Chiefs had not won a Super Bowl in 50
That's
years.
correct. They had not. They had not won a Super Bowl. And there had been no global shutdown and a pandemic and all of those things. A lot of things have happened.
Yeah, I will say that for John Sherman as the principal owner and the entire ownership group, it has been as bumpy as it could be. And if they end up with a work stoppage too,
Oh,
I mean,
God. Which is what everyone thinks is going to happen. Let's hope not.
I will give credit to the ownership group for, I give them credit already. Right now, I'll give even more credit if they have to pilot this through a work stoppage. Like, it has been some rough
Yeah, I always
waters
say
that
I don't
they've had
really,
to navigate.
I don't really feel sorry for billionaires,
No.
But they bought a team. The world shut down. Their television partner went broke.
Yeah, that's
And through all of that, and they've been Frank White, who is numbers retired, actively worked against them trying to get a stadium built.
Right.
Another state has told them yes, no. They've been kicked in the teeth by Leawood and Overland Park. I mean, all these things, and in the meantime, they've made the playoffs. They've signed Bobby Witt long term. They've signed Michael Garcia long term. They've gone out and
They've
spent
seemingly
money.
upgraded the baseball operations immensely
All of
while going through all these difficult times.
all of these things. So I think they've done a really good job under these circumstances. And
Has John Sherman made a mistake in not throwing some weight around? I truly believe at the essence of John Sherman. I know for a fact, I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen where he gives money. I mean, there are a lot of things. I mean, you go to a lot of different charity things, and right there is the John and it'd be him and his wife.
have done a lot of stuff.
And
in
their
this town.
name is on things. Like, if anybody, I really don't want to ever hear a negative word about John Sherman. Now, I'll listen to he made a mistake. I think there have been mistakes that have been made. Listen, I'll say out loud, I'm not sure Brooks Sherman, who's his guy from back in the day, has been the right guy to run this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you can make a case that the difference between the two teams is Mark Donovan ran one thing and Brooks Sherman ran the other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that. I don't know enough of the inner workings, but, and maybe that's completely wrong. Maybe Mark Donovan, this has been a process that was 10 years in the making before it ever got public.
Well, we'll say this.
And Mark Donovan was in place, and Brooks Sherman didn't get in place and had to hit the ground 10 years behind where Mark Donovan and the Chiefs were. I don't know.
Entire NFL or his entire business career basically has been with the league or the Eagles or the Chiefs. That's what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
And Brooks Sherman and John Sherman made money in natural gas and energy and stuff like that. This is not what they've done. And Clark Hunt grew up in the National Football League, so they had a little more.
That's a good point.
Stuff to do. So I just hope.
But I
hope it
do.
gets done.
I think John Sherman has done so. And now he's building a 4,000 seat symphony hall, which is not going to. It's not replacing. At least what I read, I didn't read.
Kauffman.
Yeah, it's not replacing the Kauffman Center. It's just going to be another place. I didn't really understand the differentiation, but there is a differentiation of why you would want both venues.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's giving to the arts.
Yeah.
He paid to help revitalize the Truman
Library.
Truman Library.
Yeah.
They
have a wonderful children's museum that's in North Kansas City.
He's one of the benefactors of the Linda Hall Library. Will be in May, where an incredible world-class science and technology and engineering library with some incredible artifacts and just a really cool place. He's one of the benefactors of that. That's the right word, right? Benefactor means not he benefits from it. He
Beneficiary
gives to it.
benefits from it. Benefactor gives.
He is. I mean, there's no doubt that he has Kansas City.
He's a great Kansas Citian.
He's absolutely a great Kansas Citian. And I just wonder, though, if it takes a little bit of either not being so great, not worrying about what people think, or not worrying about trying to not upset anyone. I don't know that he. I bet for sure he didn't think when he went into this that he was going to take some arrows. Like he thought, hey, listen, I have Kansas City,
and I'm going to. They've been talking $1 billion. We're going to put in all this stuff,
all at great cost of my own. I always
much more money than the Glass family.
Yeah, and this is not where you sit there and be like, do you know how much money John Sherman has made from Royals fans? Yeah, not that much. Right, big picture wise, and his business did not come from making money off all Kansas City people.
Right, yeah.
He brought money from outside of Kansas City. He made his money from outside of Kansas City, basically delivering natural gas and creating the pipelines and all that. He brought money from outside and brought it and has spent it here, has put it here,
and put it in here.
So I think that's an important thing to understand. But I don't know that you need maybe a little bit more of a bully.
Yeah, and it's I joke all the time. We're always one day closer to getting it figured out. but we've been saying that for don't do the number of days on that. I don't know, 1,000 days of this where it's been really close. I mean, I can't believe we're getting older. It's how it goes. Time flies, right?
Yeah.
But this is 7 seasons of him being a part of this. And the election was 2 years ago, probably Tuesday. It was like the first week.
2 or is it more than that? I think it was more than that.
It was 24. That's when the election was. But they unveiled the pictures in June of 23. I mean, all of these things. It's crazy how long it's gone. And the Chiefs have got things done. They used to say, we're not, maybe we'll go before the Chiefs. Chiefs have already done their stuff.
Yeah.
Got some news from Kauffman Stadium. Carlos Estevez is heading to the 15-day injured list. Left foot contusion will also get some time to work on delivery and velocity issues. Steven Cruz recalled from AAA.
Right shoulder, too.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Todd.
All right, how many times in the last 60 years have 2 teams from the same conference met for the national championship? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen. There goes Todd.
Racing right out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, lingering.
Bragging about his vacation.
I know.
What are you going to do?
Only the rich ones.
I'm looking for there it is. In this hour, by the way, coming up a little bit later on in the program, David Leske will be with us to talk some Royals baseball. We'll switch gears to talk some baseball. Here, we're talking some stadium. I guess technically that's kind of some Royals baseball in our last hour.
Let's repeat the news that we just broke.
Yep.
Let's kind of repeat it again.
We did not break it.
Yeah,
the
sure.
Royals
It's out
released
there.
it.
Out there. Carlos
I know you didn't mean
Estevez.
that, but I just want to be clear. I want to be like, you guys didn't break that. I know. We're putting the news out there.
Carlos Estevez heading to the 15-day IL, left foot contusion. That wasn't in the Royals release. Andy Rogers says he'll also get some time to work on delivery and velocity issues. Steven Cruz has been recalled from AAA.
That's one where I think the front office may have been a little too honest. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to go for the rehab of the injury. We know that's like the foot contusion's convenient, I guess, but it's really about he's not throwing the baseball the way he needs to be throwing the baseball. That's what's going on here.
We're going to sit him down for it to take care of that foot and really just kind of work on how he's throwing the ball.
Yes. I think I know we saw it. We talked about it. Like, this is what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look right. This is what needs to happen is you need to send him out on a bum shoulder rehab and get it done.
And it is done. So it is written, so it is done.
We will speak of it no more. We will speak of our predictions, including our bold and daring predictions, still to come here. But first, we talk about what we think. We like to do this every year. Go on the record how the American and National League and the Kansas City Royals will go. Let's get through the divisions quick because I don't know people here. By the way, I need to get your wild cards. You need to give me your wild cards so we highlight those. So let's start. We'll go with the American League Central. I've got Tigers, Royals, Guardians, White Sox, Twins. I will say that it's largely the same. In fact, Kyle's exactly the same. Kurtis, you have the Twins in front of the White Sox.
Yep.
We're planning on the Twins bottoming out. You're not. I have the Royals as a wild card. Do you have a wild card coming out of the Central?
I do, the Royals.
Okay. Kyle?
Same, the Royals.
Okay. So we all have the same playoff teams coming out of the Central. AL East, let's see. We're all different on this. I go Blue Jays, Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox, Rays. And I've got the Blue Jays and Yankees making the playoffs. Kurtis?
Blue Jays, Red Sox, Yankees, Orioles, Rays, and the Red Sox and Yankees as wild cards.
Oh, okay. So then no wild cards out of the West for you.
No, which
Okay.
will fly in the face of one of my bold and daring predictions, but that's the part of being bold and daring.
Yes, okay. All right. I like it. Kyle?
I went Boston, Toronto, New York, Baltimore, Tampa Bay.
You know, you had some interesting spellings here when I copied over yours. One, the Yanees. That was good. I like that.
Wait, where did I write
Yankees
that?
are always good.
Yanees. And later on, when we get to the AL West, I can't wait for you to read through that if it's what you sent me. Let's do the AL West right now. I've got Mariners, Rangers, A's, Astros, Angels. Kurtis?
Mariners, A's, Rangers, Astros, Angels.
Okay. And Kyle?
Mariners, Athletics, the Rangers, Astros, Angels.
It says Knights on the one you sent me instead of Astros. K-N-I-G-H-T-S.
Mine says Houston. I'm looking at the very same one I sent you.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
That's weird.
Well, no, Houston, you had fourth. Who'd you have fifth?
I have Houston 4th, Angels 5th.
Yeah, it says Knights.
What the hell? Mine says Los Angeles Angels.
I don't know what happened, but yeah, it said Knights, and I'm like, what?
I don't think they're.
I have the Rangers as a wild card. You, Kyle, did we get your AL East wild cards? Did you have any AL East wild cards?
Yes. Give me New York.
Well, you have the Blue Jays second, don't you?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Give me Toronto and New York.
Toronto and New York, okay. And then, so then neither one of you have anyone in the West. Being a wild card, I've got the Rangers as a wild card. MVPs for the American League. Bob Witt Jr. It's time to crown the man. I'm going with Bobby Witt Jr., okay?
Bob.
I'm staying consistent with my there can be only one answer. Nick Kurtz.
Nick Kurtz, okay. Cy Young, I went Garrett Crochet.
Same.
Same. Nobody thinks that contract year for Tarek Skubal?
No.
Okay.
I think he's due. I just don't. You don't win. He's won what, 2 in a row already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think, can't be that good that long.
Yeah, true.
And by the way, Garrett Crochet wasn't that far off last year.
No.
Right.
And I think now there'll be a want to give it to somebody else. Like back-to-backs, I don't think they like giving 3 in a row. Yeah. I think Seaboldt's going to have to be exceptional to get it.
24-4.
He's going to have to lap the field to get it. Rookie of the year, I went Kazuma Okamoto, who is the White Sox first baseman, right?
No, that's Munetaka Murakami.
Well, who's Okamoto?
The one you're thinking of plays for Tampa.
Well, I went with that one.
Okay.
I should have gone with the White Sox one. I wonder if I got the wrong guy.
Who did I take?
I bought the White Sox guy.
The White Sox guy is Murakami. He's got 3 dongs already.
Yeah, that's who I meant, was the White Sox first baseman. Can I change that?
Yeah, because I think that's you had the team right. I think you probably just got the name wrong.
What's his name? You want to give me? Anyone got a spelling on it? Because
Mune Taka.
What's his first name?
That's it.
Oh, what's his last name?
Last name Mura Kami.
Kami.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll save that. Okay. Yeah, I did have
Yeah.
Sorry. My apologies.
No, that's
wrong Japanese player.
You had the team. You were much more likely to confuse the names in the team.
Well, I spent good money on the guy because I'm expecting him to be good. So, thank you. All right. Who'd you have, Kay?
Kevin McGonigal, Detroit.
Okay.
As did I.
Is that the shortstop?
Short
Yeah.
second. I think
Yeah.
he plays a little.
Yeah, he's in the minors right now, though, but you're projecting him to come up?
No, he's up.
He's up already?
Yeah, he's
And
4
hitting.
for 5 on opening day.
Yeah, 4 hits on opening day.
Well, Renee has him, so that annoys the crap out of me. Because I thought I had the number 1 pick in the minor league draft. I'm like, I'm going to get this guy. No, he was kept. All right, super. Nationally, we can go pretty quick here. I've got Brewers, National League Central. Brewers, Reds, Cubs, Cardinals, Pirates. I've got Brewers and Reds making the playoffs. It's time for the Reds to break through. Curtis?
Cubs, Brewers, Reds, Pirates, Cardinals. Brewers is the wild card.
Okay, Brewers is a wild card. Kyle?
Wow, I've got Cubs, Brewers, Pirates, Reds, Cards.
Any wild cards?
Give me the Brewers.
Okay, he's got the Brewers in as a wild card. I'm done picking against the Brewers. That's the one thing I did. They're going straight to the top. The Cubs are actually the favorite to win the division. You guys have that. I don't have them making the playoffs. I figured the Cubs will cub. NL East, I go Mets, Braves, Phillies, Nationals, Marlins. I've got the Mets and Braves as a wild card. Okay.
Mets, Phillies, Braves, Marlins, Nationals, Phillies in the wild card.
Okay.
Wow. I went Mets, Braves, Phillies, Nationals, then Marlins. I've got Atlanta in the playoffs.
Yeah, the note here is that both Kyle and I don't have the Phillies in there. I figure it's time for a little regression out of them. Yeah. All right, NL West, I go Dodgers, Diamondbacks.
Ooh.
Giants, Padres, Rockies. I've got the Diamondbacks as a wild card,
Wow.
along with the Dodgers winning the division. Okay.
Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks, Rockies.
Okay.
Padres is the wild card.
Okay.
All right,
Kyle?
I believe I'm the same as you. Dodgers, Giants, Diamondbacks, Padres, Rockies.
You are the same as no one.
Yeah, because you
Oh.
have the Diamondbacks third. He has them second.
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
you then have the Giants in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think the Diamondbacks are one of the better bets if you're going to bet for the. I mean, betting for the division when the Dodgers are almost definitely going to win the division according to all the odds. But I think the Padres are going to slip big. I think the shedding of talent and the ownership change, I think that wears on that team and they lose a lot of the momentum and everything that they had. I think the Padres bottom out. I think they're one of the big disappointments this year in baseball. MVP, you guys, one of you spelled it right. The other one, not so much. I'll help you out here. Shohei on Shohei Ohtani.
That's what I have.
Not on my, what happened? Did you send me like an early version you hadn't spell
You made
checked?
some errors or something.
No,
I
I
haven't touched this since last week.
Okay. You two have Shohei Ohtani for the MVP? Bold. Bold.
Bold's later. This is get it right.
I have Juan Soto.
Okay.
I have Juan Soto. Cy Young Award, we all went Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
That's entertaining.
Yep.
And Rookie of the Year, I went J.J. Weatherholt of the Cardinals.
Strong choice.
Okay.
Nolan McLean, pitcher, Mets.
Okay.
I went Bubba Chandler, pitcher, Pirates.
Okay. Okay.
Bubba.
So we got differences there. Then for our World Series, I've got Mariners-Dodgers with the boys in Seattle winning it all.
Wow, same. That's funny. That's wild. We both landed on the same thing. That's
Kyle?
not conventional wisdom all the way.
No.
I went Detroit Dodgers, the Tigers winning it all.
Okay. I should have been.
Wow,
You know
Tigers'
what?
first
Forget
title
that.
since '94.
Put me in for the Mets. I'm gonna put the Mets in instead,
Mariners,
just to be
Mets?
different. Yeah, because I was going for the Dodgers. I've got some other things on the Dodgers later, so I got Mariners, Mets with the Mariners winning it all. So there we have it. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and want to get into our Royals predictions. We'll spend a lot more time on that, bold and daring predictions, as well as some things to look for in the MLB season. It's coming up next here in the program.
All right, the La Feta Delicatessen, end of the hour answer. I already have. How many times in the last 60 years have two teams from the same conference met for the national championship?
Well, in 60 years,
In
Villanova
my
and
lifetime.
Georgetown,
Yep, 85.
KU and OU,
88.
and I'll guess that there's one more. I'll say three.
It is three, the first of those three, 50 years ago when Indiana beat Michigan
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah,
In
that was the
Philadelphia.
undefeated Hoosiers, or yeah.
in the national championship. Each of the Hoosiers' first two national titles under Bobby Knight was won at the Spectrum.
Oh, really?
Oddly enough, he also
Yeah.
won in 81, who we talked about earlier. 87 was in the Superdome, I believe. You don't talk about that one, though, do you?
No.
No. That's your version of Todd's 88.
Yeah, that one sucked.
I'd love to have my team lose the national championship game. Maybe I wouldn't, but I don't know. I think I probably would.
Oh, it's better than never getting
Yeah,
there. I will
right,
tell you that.
right.
You know, it adds to your lore when you do finally get one. It's like, well, we also played for two others, and you know.
Yep.
But yeah, Jerry McNamara is going to bring us back. Team GMAC.
GMAC.
We're on board. It is La Feta that we just gave away. La Feta Italian Delicatessen. Did you see the news?
I did. Number 2.
Already a second location coming to
Yes.
Corinth. Rejoice. Those of you. Jeff Passan, do you hear me? I think that'd be Jeff Passan's home location.
Yeah.
Corinth. They're going to Corinth.
Very
They're going to
cool.
have a second La Feta Delicatessen because people are coming from miles around. They've demanded it.
Yep.
They're delivering it. At least those are the reports. I have not talked to Adam about that, but everybody and their brother was sending me, look at this, look at this, look at this. Did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see this?
He was quoted in the paper as saying that it's going to be a little larger place. There'll be more seating.
Okay.
At the new place. So
Okay.
very
All
good.
right. Good to know.
Tell you what, that's going to be the second of more than 2.
I would think so too.
That's an amazing place. People love it, and I don't know where else they'd go, but I get the feeling that's not going to be the last one they build.
No, I would agree. LaFetaDeli.com. You can order online. They cater. Give them 24 to 48 hours to cater because everything is the freshest it can possibly be. That means they don't have just a bunch of stuff sitting around for days. It means when they do a big catering order, they need some time, so make sure you take care of that. But you will be rewarded. We catered our big tournament party at my house with La Feta, and it got rave reviews. Go see them right now at 143rd and Metcalf. By the way, both Kurtis and Kyle nodding as they were there and enjoyed the sandwiches. They were wonderful. Going over our MLB and Royals picks, let's get to our Royals awards now. Royals Player of the Year, I'm going to roll through the obvious ones. We all went Bobby Witt Jr. and Cole Reagans for Player and Pitcher of the Year, right? But then we have our best position player not named Bobby Witt Jr. and our best pitcher not named Cole Reagans. And some difference there. I went Vinny Pasquantino. You boys went.
I went Michael Garcia.
As did I.
Michael Garcia.
Michael Garcia.
Michael. I figured it out. Michael Garcia.
Yeah, Michael. It's still not Michael.
No, it's Michael.
It's closer to Michael than Michael. Michael.
The easiest way I could think of, whose Kel is it? Is it your Kel? No, it's my Kel.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like that. There it is. Yeah.
It's my Kel.
It's Michael. That's a good way to put it. I like that. That's well done. All right. So I went Vinny Pasquantino. Why do you not think, who was better last year, Vinny or Garcia?
Vinny. Yeah. I mean, 30 and 100, and I think he was better. But I wanted to. Maybe I'm
third base is an easier spot to make the All-Star game.
Yeah, it's true.
Than first, but
true. I kind of wanted to get something there that I thought was in the possibility, but wasn't the pat.
I was just going straight off of Michael's hype train from the WBC.
That is true.
I think it leads into
Probably
a
the
big
same
year.
thing. Probably the same thing for me.
Did you consider anybody other than did you consider? I assume you considered Vinny. I considered Garcia. Did you consider anybody else?
Kyle Isbell. No.
I felt like going with a rookie. We got a rookie section,
Yeah.
so I just put those guys there.
Yeah, I gave some thought to that, but no. Best pitcher not named Cole Reagans. I went Chris Bubich again this year.
Same.
Kyle?
Now, I made a mistake here because there's a surprise pitcher down there. I accidentally copied and pasted a little bit. I think of what I sent you was Ryan Berger.
Yeah.
He's my surprise, actually. A little
Okay.
spoiler.
So-
I actually meant Michael Wacha.
Michael Wacha. Okay. All right. Off to a good start there. I'll give you that.
I think Waka's a better choice for best pitcher not named Cole Reagans than Ryan Bergert, probably.
Yes.
That's what I'm going for. Yeah.
Yeah. Best reliever, I went Lucas Erceg.
Same.
I went Luinder Avila.
I don't mind that. I like that as a.
I have him on my list somewhere.
Yeah, I like that as. I like that a lot more than where we're going to hear his name elsewhere because I'm going to dump on that. Just FYI. Biggest impact rookie across the board. We all have Carter Jensen.
Yep.
We figure that's going to be the case. That'd be tough. I mean, I guess you could say, does Avila still have his rookie status? You've got to be in the best reliever, then he would be in the mix.
Yeah.
Bergert, if you think he's going to come up at some point. I mean, Noah Cameron wasn't up at this point last year, and he went on to be the guy. So there are some other names that I think you could put in there. If you think Carter Jensen's going to struggle, there are other names that are candidates, which speaks well to the organization that there's some other young talent, I think.
Yeah, and so far against right-handed pitchers, Carter Jensen's batting fifth. I feel like he's just got the best chance to make an impact.
Top prospect at the end of the year. I went Kendry Churio.
I went Luinder Avila.
All right. How is he? You think? So he's gonna not be good enough to get to the big leagues all year, but at the end of a year that he wasn't good enough to get to the big leagues, he's going to be their top prospect.
I guess.
Do you regret that choice?
I do now.
I hope so. Okay,
But
then that's it. I'll lay off. Yeah. You see he's already right there at AAA, and so he's still at AAA. He's still. I mean, all he has to have is rookie status to be a prospect.
true story.
I think he's going to pitch. I think he'll blow through his rookie. I don't even know if he has rookie status now.
I don't know.
I'm curious what the Royals' top
Let me
30
see.
prospects
I
are
can probably
at the moment.
I think they have that.
He's listed on one of the fantasy sites as other top prospects not in their top 400. But I don't know that that's on RotoWire. I don't know if they strictly adhere to what the rookie rules are. Like most of the big prospects, like MLB Pipeline and Keith Law.
MLB.com has Avila at 9.
Still intact through 2026.
Jensen number 1,
says.
Blake Mitchell
Okay.
number 2, Churio number 3.
So he does still have rookie status. So, but again, it's kind of quite a needle to thread. He would have to not pitch enough to lose his rookie status.
Yeah. But
While already starting
Yeah.
at AAA.
True story.
Yeah. Okay. And you've got who?
I've got Blake Mitchell.
I'm all right with that. He's shown some power. If he comes back with the pop, he'll be further along. He'll be knocking on the door than Kendry Churio will be. I just remember Keith Law saying I wouldn't trade Kendry Churio for almost anything. So I'm putting my eggs in that basket. Biggest surprise. This is a positive. I went Nick Lofton. I'll explain in a minute. Curtis?
I went Michael Massey, thinking maybe the bat returns and he becomes
Who'd you go with? Who'd you go with?
Michael Massey.
Hey, Curtis, he's on a rehab assignment. Went Oppo today.
Yeah.
Good, because I took him for a buck late because I do like Michael Massey.
There we go.
I actually don't mind that because I know
It's better than my flop has worked out so far.
Yes, it is. It's better than my flop has worked out too. I actually don't mind that. Here's the problem with it. Like I'll explain Nick Lofton for me in a minute, but Michael Massey, if he's good, they'll be like, well, he did hit what did he hit 19 home runs or what did he have 20 home runs a couple of years ago?
I don't think he got to 20.
24. I mean, but in 24 he had pretty good numbers. It's be like, but that's it.
And he kind of
and
took
then he's
off
always
in the
hurt.
postseason too, and then
And he got hurt this year in spring training. So I think it's a legit pick. I just think it might be hard. It might be if we sit in front of a judge and argue this. It might be hard to win that case. I'm assuming somebody else is going to come from further off the pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do like Michael Massey still. I still think there's talent there. I think he's got to figure out a way to stay healthy. And
28. That's
and I think if he can really take to the outfield,
yeah,
and he can play second base, then it's kind of the reason why I like Nick Lofton, because I think Nick Lofton is ready. Based upon what I saw in spring, what I'm hoping is Nick Lofton is ready to take what were some really impressive on-base skills at AAA. He could not carry it to the big leagues, but I'm hoping that he's now ready to carry that to the big leagues. He's got enough of a taste. He's done enough work. He's seen enough tape. He's seen all the things he's done wrong. And I think he's got a chance to be the super sub on this team or end up being the everyday guy at a number of different spots. Because he is the super sub, I think there's the easiest path for him to play a lot. Mm-hmm. And I do like the skill set. So that's why I went with Nick Lofton. And you obviously like Bergert.
Yep. Yeah, Ryan Bergert. I feel that he can be this year's version of Noah Cameron. Can't go through the season banking that all 5 starting pitchers are going to be healthy throughout the year. Ryan Bergert can come up. I think he can provide some juice to the rotation.
I have no problem with that because somebody's probably going to go down and he's going to be first man up.
Yeah, I think he's 26, 27 almost. So it's time.
Biggest flop. I went Isaac Collins. Curtis?
I went Seth Lugo.
Well, he's only had one start.
True.
Kyle?
I went Carlos Estevez.
I felt like, I don't know, now as I'm sitting here, I don't know why I didn't go Estevez, other than I just thought I think a lot of people are planning on maybe it's because I've been reading all the 88-mile-an-hour stuff, and I'm like, well, is that really a flop?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is a flop, based upon he led the league in saves last year and was really good, so I almost feel like, just give that one to Kyle.
To me, flop is...
Congrats, Kyle, you lead 1-0.
To me, flop is based on what is expected, and I
this.
don't think that many people expected him to duplicate last year because of the things you mentioned.
No, but Looks pretty good. Record for the Royals, low man. Kurtis, you got him?
I said 13-4. 87 and 75.
Yes. Kyle?
88-74.
And I went 89 and 73. Captain Optimism over here.
and I'm just Captain Doom.
81.5, 82.5 are their win totals.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you pounded the over, because we're all
We don't
on the
miss
over,
these things.
right? I mean, that's
We don't miss this stuff.
we know what it is we are doing.
We've seen the team.
You know. All right, let's take a break. Now it's time for the fun part, the bold and daring predictions. We get to those next here in the program. All right, bold and daring predictions. We'll get through our Royals for sure. We'll see if we can get through our MLB bold and daring predictions here. Still to come in the program, David Lesky will join us a little bit later on. So here we go with our bold and daring predictions for the Kansas City Royals.
Bold and daring.
Again, it's bold and daring, not likely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to be bold and daring. And I've gone Bob Witt Jr. Wins the MVP award. Actually, I'm going to change that one. Let me take that one off. I'll come up with another one because I have that in the awards up there. So that isn't fair. So I'll go with this one. Maikel Garcia becomes the fourth Royal in franchise history to score 125 plus runs. He joins Johnny Damon's 136, Willie Wilson's 133, and Bobby Witt Jr.'s 125 from 2 years ago. Maikel Garcia will score 125 plus runs.
Nice.
You like that?
I do.
What do you think the odds are it happens? Not good,
Not
because
good.
only three guys have ever done it. But
125 is a lot, but
I'm counting on the offense to
Yep.
be better.
So am I.
You know, so
in one
yeah,
way or not. Do we alternate on this?
yeah, we can
One-on-one?
alternate.
Mine, which I'll go out of order, just kind of dovetail with what you said. Royals are in the top 10 in runs scored.
Okay.
That's not looking great early, but it is early.
I'm trying to remember. I know one of the other ones I had. Okay, got that there. Where are you? So, you picked that one. Okay, you picked your second
Yeah.
one. I see.
Yeah, 'cause I'd made a reference to it, and so I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and do it there to keep the
I
flow
like it.
going.
I like it. I think it needs to happen if they're going to be the kind of team. If they're going to win 89 games, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I've got them winning 89 games. All right, Kyle.
All right, my first one focuses on the bullpen. The Royals make a move midseason for a high-end reliever.
And you have Estevez struggles. And you sent this, by the way, we sent this in before opening day. So none of these are like, oh, yeah, now it sounds like a good. He put that in before opening day. So
well done.
that'd be interesting. That could be, because I don't know what else they would be going for.
Right.
Right? They have depth of starting pitching, so seemingly they wouldn't need to be adding a starting pitcher unless they're like, oh, they're going to go get an ace.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I mean, I think they've got their ace in Cole Reagans. I think we're optimistic that Lugo can get back being towards the top of the rotation guy, and Bubic has a high-end ability. So that's usually what it is. I mean, maybe they go for an everyday bat, but it does seem like getting a top-end closer to close things out, put Lucas Erceg back into his fireman role. I like that one a lot. I think that's a really good one. All right, my next one, I will go with the Royals break their franchise home run record. And I believe I said it, because I said it somewhere else. Yeah, I didn't get to use it. That's what it was on the podcast. I'll add it. I'll add, what was the number? It's 195, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's 193.
193. But I'll add, Royals break their franchise homer record by September 1.
Nice.
So they're going to smash it. I think they're going for like 210, 215. So I'll add by September 1. Because I think a lot of people are predicting him because, one, a lot of people are predicting Jeff Passan also had top 10 offense and all that. And everyone likes the offense, and they've moved the fences in. So I don't think it's that bold. It'd only be bold to predict that they break the record. But to be daring,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going by
You put a
September
number
1.
on it.
I put it by
Nice.
September 1.
That's like taking the dog to win straight up.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to open up because you know what I forgot? So I pulled these from, we did something similar to this on the podcast, and I forgot that we did a draft with me, Randy, and Lesky, and so you had to have 15 ready. Because you had to, that way you had to prioritize what you thought was biggest. So whoever thought, in case we had something that was the same, whoever thought it was the most important got to put it out there, and you had to go find something else. And so that's one of the reasons I forgot. I've got a whole list of a lot more that I'm going to open up here in a second that I might add into the mix here in a second. But all right, so who are we to?
There to me.
You? What do you got?
Royals have 4 25 homer guys.
Didn't they have that
Yeah.
last year?
Like they had three. No, I don't think it did.
Vinny, Sal.
And
Yeah, I thought they had.
I don't think Bobby got there.
Bobby had 23. Vinny and Sal.
each hit 30. They had 2 30s. I don't think they no, I know they didn't have 4 25. They might have had 3 25s, but I know they didn't have 4.
Who am I forgetting? I was thinking, who would it have been?
Wouldn't Garcia.
No, you got to be right. I guess I don't know. Maybe I was thinking about what I was projecting, and I was projecting something similar. Okay. So the Royals have 4 25 homer guys. All right.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
3 infielders and Caglione. Or
Okay.
Jensen, one of the two.
Okay. All right. To Kyle.
I will move down my list to the second to last one. The Royals hit 100 or more home runs at home. The record is 88.
Yeah, I like that. That was there was somebody wrote about that. Bradford Doolittle mentioned that 80. The key number is 88, breaking the home run record for the Royals. You've got them doing it. Okay. I'm not loving this one. He came close 2 years ago, but I've got Cole Reagan sets a new single-season strikeout record for the Royals. Like it's 243. Is that right? Does that sound about right? 241 maybe? 244.
Does Dennis Leonard still hold the record?
I know Reagan's is third, Greinke's second, and Leonard still has it.
Yeah, and I think Leonard's record's 244.
Okay. So I'll say Cole Reagan sets a new Royals strikeout record.
I'll say that Carter Jensen finishes second in the AL Rookie of the Year voting.
Is that bold and daring? He's like the third or fourth favorite. How about have him win it?
Because I picked, I guess I could do that. Because I said I did override one of my earlier predictions. So, yeah, he wins it. Initially, I put second because I was like, well, I picked McGonigal. But then again, I one of these already changes a pick I made earlier. So, yeah, he wins it.
Wins
Hell
it?
with it.
Okay.
Wins
Carter
it.
Jensen
wins. That's daring.
Wins.
Because that McGonigal kid looks
Wins.
very good.
He does, but it's, I don't think, just finishing second.
Wins.
Is that
AL
bold
Rookie
and
of the Year.
daring?
No, Jensen winning it. That's daring.
Yeah.
He wins. He's gonna.
That gets you
it's
there.
gonna be a unanimous vote. No.
We'll just winning it's enough. We bumped you. And he sets a new single-season home run record.
Yes.
With 78. No, you've done enough. Slow down.
I'll go ahead and
I
get.
can't win.
I got a couple Carter Jensen ones
Okay.
actually. My next one.
Nice.
Carter Jensen catches more games and out homers Salvador Perez.
Ooh.
There you go.
I like that one.
See, I'm as a fan, I don't like saying that out loud, but I figured the best way to go throughout the season is have Salvador Perez play less.
Well, I think so, too. I think Carter Jensen needs to outcatch him. My fear is, though, you could actually get that right with like 9 homers and 45 games caught if Salvi gets hurt, you know?
Yeah.
That's not the
Not
spirit.
what I'm going for.
It's not the spirit. I hope you're right, and I hope Salvi has 38 home runs. Because that would mean Carter Jensen had
I'm good
like
with
40,
that.
you know? So
Seems
that's,
unlikely, but
yeah. Seems like a stretch, but okay. You know, I had one of the ones I had. I'm not going to use it because I kind of mentioned it before. I'll use a different one. I had Nick Lofton stays in the big leagues all season and established himself as a legit big leaguer, super utility, something like that. Right? That's what I had. I'm going to take that one off. I'm going to pull one of my ones I didn't end up using on the podcast. I'll go with Matt Quatrero wins the Manager of the Year award. Did either one of you guys have that?
Oh, that's a great one.
I
No.
don't.
Okay, then I'll replace that one. I'll go Matt Quatrero wins the Manager of the Year award. That'll be mine. I actually think if they're as good as we think they are, he's long overdue to get it. I think he'll be a slam dunk for it, but they don't seem to want to give it to him because he was good enough to win it 2 years ago. So I think he needs to win the division to get it done. But I'll go Matt Quatrero wins the Manager of the Year award.
and my Twitter replies meltdown. What?
What are you talking about?
He sucks.
He lost 40 games this year. How can he give it?
Brutal. And all of them were his fault. A Royal homers in the All-Star game. My pick is Vinny.
That's
Okay.
a good one.
I like that. It's happened a handful of times. What do we got? We got Bo, Hosmer, Salvi.
I think that's the last one to do it. Hosmer and Salvi. They went not back to back. There was somebody
Pretty
in
close,
between
but
them.
Bo did it as well. There's no one else recently, right?
Mm-mm.
Then you got to go back to.
Cookie did
Cookie
it
did
in
it.
72.
Is that it? No AO or no Brett?
White did it in 86. Brett did it, I think, in 78. No,
Right.
Brett in 84 in San Francisco. I think
that-
those are the only ones.
So that's not that many. So that's pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah.
bold and daring. I like that. Okay, Kyle.
All right, my next two are kind of related to each other, but I'll just stick with this first one. Carter Jensen hits the second most homers on the team.
Ooh.
And my next
So he's
one,
good. That means he's going to beat either Bobby or Vinny, or Salvi, or he's going to beat 2 of the 3.
Yeah. And my next one, you'll see who I've got hitting the most.
Okay, that's I like that one. I like that one a lot. I have the Royals will announce their stadium location as Washington Square Park, and the fan base will like what they see from the renderings. So the
That
bold
is-
part, it may not be that bold. It may not sound that bold because I keep saying I think Washington Square Park is going to be it.
You had me at Royals
Second
and
part
Hounds.
is
But
the second part is definitely bold and daring.
what puts it up is like after lackluster reviews, for what they put out there. I think they're going to have they're going to put together a stadium plan that people love.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be big. And that's a little bit. I've heard some people that are around it that are kind of excited on what it might look like if it's there.
I can't wait.
Okay, I hope I'm right on that one.
Same.
Curtis, what do you got?
This one is also not off to the greatest of starts, with one person's exception. Royals finish in the bottom 10 in bullpen ERA. That's no. That's not.
So you don't think the bullpen's going to be any good?
I didn't when the season began. And then I started. Every guy who went out there except for one.
Can they get to?
I'm like,
you had the lowest win total at 87, right? Can they get to 87 wins with a bottom 10 bullpen?
Probably not. But that's the differentiation
Yeah.
between the.
Hey, you're covering
the predictions and the bold and daring.
You're playing the field.
Yeah.
Is what you're doing there, Curtis.
Yeah.
Put a chip on everything that could happen.
Why
I
not?
like it.
Why not?
All right, Kyle.
All right, I've got Bobby Witt Jr. going for 40 homers and 40 stolen bases.
40-40.
Wow.
He's got 1 year where he was at 30 home runs, 49 stolen bases. So I just kind of have him meeting in the middle.
Okay. All right. I've got more that I will share with you that I've put together. I have.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, I have more. Curtis, do you have any more? No is fine.
No.
I've
I
got
know, you've got one more. Put it in there.
Want me to go?
Yeah.
All right, I've got the Royals throw a no-hitter this year, combined or solo.
That would be awesome.
Would be awesome. I'd rather see a solo.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just to get it done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not going to happen in your world with that crappy bullpen of theirs.
No, that's true.
It's going to have to be a starter, right?
I'm good with
It's
it.
going to be a starter in Lewinda Avila for me.
Yeah.
To me, I'm I don't know, weird in many ways.
That would help Curtis's prospect rankings.
It would.
Better be late before he burns up his rookie status.
Very much so. To me, I don't think a team throws a no-hitter, but it isn't a no-hitter unless one guy does it, to me. I think there's got to be a major separation between the two. Yeah, but I mean, so why they threw a no-hitter, combined no-hitter. Like, is it really a no-hitter?
It is.
They threw.
Did the other team have hits?
Yeah.
Did the game end? It's a no-hitter.
Yeah.
It's not. It's different, and it's not as big a deal as a solo no-hitter, but it's still a thing.
Okay.
The idea is to hit the baseball, and if one team doesn't allow the other one to hit the baseball at all or get a base hit, that's of note.
It's
Why must you hate?
It's actually much harder to do because you got to, 3 or 4 different guys have to go out there and not give up a hit. There are more opportunities to blow it up. But
I actually think it may in the future prove easier to do. I think it's been harder to do because anybody who's got a no-hitter going was never removed.
right.
So it wasn't a thing until lately, or it'd have to be like on opening day or a second start, or we had a rain delay in the middle type of thing. But anyone who had a no-hitter going was never removed. Now, managers are empowered to remove them, and
they all have every team's got 3 or 4, 2 or 3 guys who can throw gas. So you're better. It's a lot better chance of 3 relievers coming in and throwing a hitless 7, 8, 9 than there was 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago.
I think I'll stop short of saying that we'll eventually get more combined no-hitters than individual no-hitters, but I'd consider saying that right now managers are still somewhat like, I remember my dad would have left him in there because it was a no-hitter. Like even the Quatreros of the world that are into the analytics and following the numbers and be like, well, I don't know, let's give the kid a shot. They'll go against where like, hey, our plan was he does not see the 2-hitter a third time.
Yeah.
Right. Teams seem to have gotten away from the opener too, and I don't get it.
I noticed that.
I don't understand is it the 3-batter rule with the relievers later that's taking that away? I'm gonna hit Quatrero up about that. Get his thoughts on it.
We saw him use Steven Cruz, I feel like, a couple times last year.
Yeah,
as an opener, and then I think Dan Lynch came in.
Yeah, and then somebody.
But that's almost like a bullpen day,
right?
Than it is an opener.
Yeah.
Because
somebody last year, who was the guy that was it last year? They had one guy come in and he just got torched.
Oh.
It was as an opener. It was the only start the guy made. You're like, okay, we're going to toss this guy out there, and it didn't feel like it was a bullpen day. This was a guy who was only in to be the opener because he didn't fit.
That may have been Dan Lynch. Was it that game against Seattle? Bobby Wood Jr. hit the triple down the line.
I don't think it was Lynch. It was somebody. I was like, why is he in the game? Okay, I'll go back and look at it in the break. But
all right, I'll give you some of the other ones I had for our. Well, like I said, we did a draft over on our Kaufman Corner podcast, and so I had to be ready. I had 14 ready to go, and here are the ones that I have not said. Yeah, I'm making sure they're. Here's yeah. Okay, I need to say this one too. Okay, so I have these are ones that I had for consideration. Chris Bubich leads the Royals in wins. Not that bold, but it's not bold and daring, but it's bold.
yeah,
I have because he's never had a whole season healthy. Certainly not as a starter. What was that?
Boobs.
Boobs.
That's Isaac Collin talking about
Yeah.
Chris Bubich.
Jonathan India posts a 360 plus on base percentage. Looking for the bounce back there. Jack Caglione hits 30 homers. Again, didn't make the list, but it was in consideration.
yeah.
Right.
But if he does that, I'm going to point this out.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm covering myself both ways. Vinny Pasquantino tops 40 homers. I don't feel it. I think Caglione gets to 30 more than Vinny gets to 40 because I think Vinny's got just a good stroke. Don't try to muscle up. But I won't be shocked if he gets 40 home runs with the new configuration. Luinder Avila and Mason Black both emerge as weapons out of the bullpen before the year is over.
I forgot about Mason Black, yeah.
The Royals farm system will rank in the top 10 at the end of the season. Shields and Churio come up. Blake Mitchell plays well. Some of their teenage Latino shortstops, one of them has a really good year, and at least one, if not both, of their high draft picks next year start moving up the list. And so their system is still very young, but it moves into the top 10. I think that's unlikely, but to be bold and daring, I had to move all the way to the top 10. And if somebody could turn something around that's, and become a better prospect than they've been, whether it's a Rocafort or some of the other guys that have been on that prospect list for a few years, then I think they could get there to the top 10. And then I have the Royals make the ALCS.
Nice.
That's solid.
Yeah, those
I
solid.
dig it.
All right, our Major League Baseball bold and daring predictions. We did our MLB ones. These are fun. These are kind of more numerically, inclined. No, we've already taken them both. I did it. I left us the time here. You all right?
That's like, wow, went quick.
No, I broke early. I know what I'm doing.
That's
See
right.
that? Turn around right there. You're all
Wow.
good. Okay.
Crazy stuff. I got some good ones here.
First time ever you've cared about the clock.
I just make sure we weren't going, what the heck?
We're good.
Cool.
These are the fun ones, so I didn't want to break this up.
Nice.
Someone steals 80 bases for the first time in the major leagues since Vince Coleman and Ricky Henderson did it in 1988. We've had 4 or 5 70 pluses, and I think 78 by Ronald Acuna.
He had 73.
73, okay. I think somebody might have gotten to 70. Maybe it was Estuary Ruiz that one year he was running. I think somebody had 78 is the highest since. Somebody gets to 80 stolen bases this year in Major League Baseball.
I have L.A. De La Cruz steals 90 bases.
We mentioned that earlier. You didn't say that.
What do you mean?
You had 90 for L.A. De La Cruz?
Yeah, that's what it says on my deal.
I thought you had 30-70 for L.A. De La Cruz. No? Okay. All right. Kyle?
I do not have a stolen base one.
No, you don't need to. That's all right.
But an MLB team breaks the single-season home run record of 307.
Ooh.
2019 Twins and 2023 Braves.
It does. It is a more recent accomplishment. Is it the Royals, though? That would really be bold and daring.
That would be.
What do you have them going
That'd be
for?
bold and airing.
210?
Man, I had them for like 215, I think.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
All right, I have the Dodgers won't win 100 games. Their win total's 103.5. We looked this up this morning. 103.5. I have them not winning 100 games.
What did they have last year?
Like 102
Yeah,
or something.
something like that.
But they're even better now.
Yeah, it's even better.
Because shockingly, they spent more in free agency.
They had 93 last year.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, but their win total is 103.5, so I still think this is
Yeah.
bold.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not and daring, but I think it's bold. When everybody's like, I feel like they can just throw any number out there, and people bet the Dodgers over. It was that low last year.
Yeah. They still won the division by 3 games over San Fran.
Who they added? Kyle Tucker,
Yeah.
and then did they get another Japanese pitcher?
No.
Might have.
No, while we started this segment, they did. They got another ace from Japan.
Oh, the kid they got last year has been Struggled last year. He's off to a bad start this year.
Sasaki?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a rough spring for sure. But Murakami's not. Murakami?
That's the White Sox first baseman.
No, okay. Well, then who's the other?
Yamamoto.
Well, I was in the ballpark. Really close.
Colin Morikawa?
That's like
Yoshinobu.
Smith and Schmidt
Yes.
over there in Japan. It's almost the same.
Is it Yoshinobu Yamamoto? Yoshi.
Listen, I couldn't even get in the ballpark, so don't look at me for answers. All right,
I grew up in it. I grew up in Japan.
Curtis.
A's make the playoffs.
Okay, that's
I like
bold.
that one.
I like that one too. Kyle.
I've got the return of the perfect game. Somebody throws a perfecto this year.
Okay, I like
First
that.
one since 2023.
And no one. Then you got to go back to 2012.
Yeah, before that,
So
that was
it was-
King Felix.
Yeah, so there's not many of them. Okay, Shohei Ohtani hits less than 40 homers.
Wow.
He's been over 50 for 2 years, but now he's going to be a full-time pitcher as well. I think that zaps him of some of the home run power. And I've got him going sub 40 on the homers this year.
I'll take a negative one. James Wood strikes out 240 times, setting a new major league record.
In the major league record, like 244 or something?
It's 227 or
Oh,
228.
okay. Was it by Reynolds?
I think it might be.
Mark
I think
Reynolds?
Mark Reynolds still might have it.
Okay. Kyle?
All right, this involves the ABS.
Okay.
The ABS system is universally loved by all, and an umpire quits/retires mid-season.
Ooh.
Could it be
Throws a fit.
CB
Well, no, he will not. You'll have to fire that guy. If he had any decency, he'd have walked off the field after that
Yeah.
challenge yesterday and just kept walking.
As I said to somebody, that's now the worst thing ever happened at first base by a guy named Buckner.
Yeah. But you know the different spelling.
Yes.
You're talking about Bill Buckner
Bill
with
Buckner,
the ball under his
yeah.
legs for those that, because I didn't pick up on it at first. I'm like, what? Huh? Was there another Buckner
There's
umpire? I have Bill Buckner didn't register with me for some reason. All right.
Actually, in the top of the second today, CB Buckner took a foul ball, 100 miles an hour to the
off the
face,
mask, yeah.
and got taken out of the game. Just a rough week.
You know what they say? Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. The ball always lies, but
Ball
it didn't
don't-
that time.
Ball don't lie. You get a foul call you didn't deserve. Guy always misses a free throw.
Yep.
Ball don't lie. Many a ping pong match on a round table downstairs. Ball don't lie
was fun.
that phrase was uttered a number of times. Round table ping pong is underrated.
That thing where you could play it off any part of the room.
That was dumb.
That was awesome.
That was dumb. And keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and then
No, you
spike
couldn't
it.
hit it twice. You'd have to hit it off something though.
Yeah, but don't you remember Doug would sit there and
Oh, yeah,
bop it up, bop it up, bop it up,
Because
and
he
then
was smart.
spike it? That was
He,
stupid.
he was gifted.
Well,
He just didn't have an answer for it.
there's no doubt that I didn't like it because I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't
There's
have an
no,
answer for it.
no doubt that wildly contributed to my hatred of it.
Yes, of course.
But yeah,
okay.
I digress. Mike Trout sets a new career high in home runs with 46 plus.
Wow.
Mike Trout plays 140 games the first time since 2018.
Well, I'll need yours to happen to get mine to happen.
Yes.
So
I've got to try out one, too. I just said he goes 30-30.
okay,
He
back to
stole
the 30,
2 bases last year.
hadn't he already stolen a couple this year?
Yeah, a couple this year. He's already tied
got
his
17
last
already.
year's total.
Yeah. He's got what?
He's got 17. He's like Ricky,
Yeah.
82.
All right, and I have, let's see, my last one is the Owners and Players Association reach an agreement before the end of the season. That's hope and longing.
Yes.
That's what that is.
My last one is Jacob Mizorowski wins the NL Cy Young.
Oh, local boy.
I like that
Yep.
one.
I like that one. Kyle?
My final one, and I've got a scrapped one, too, that I didn't use
Okay.
for the Royals. The Royal hits for the cycle this year. And then my final MLB one, Cal Raleigh does not go north of 40 home runs this year.
Okay.
I dig it.
I like that one. That would be news. His 0 for 5 with like 5 strikeouts or something would lead you to believe that
He
he's
started 0 for 8 with 8 Ks. Struck out each of his first 8 at-bats.
went for $41. Who do you think got him in our league?
Not you.
No, of course not me. I was out at like 32. No, the Seattle guy.
Oh, Chuck.
Chuck. Just a total homer pick. Well done. Well done. We'll take a break, give you the things you need to know next.
All right, 50 years ago, Indiana beat Michigan for the national title. What other event was happening at the same time? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Fourth quarter of the program begins right now as we finish strong here on a Wednesday Hump Day.
Yeah!
David Lesky coming your way here in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll talk some Royals baseball with the author of the Inside the Crown newsletter. He's going to join us here in a little bit. First, right now, though, we get you the things that you need to know. Brought to you by our friends at Hen House. If you are looking for the freshest produce, miles of freshness, they like to say. It's because more than 70% of their produce is raised on local family farms right here within a couple hundred miles of Kansas City. You'll taste the difference. Hen House has you covered. Of course, my favorite spot, back at the meat counter. Always a great time to get back at the meat counter. You can find incredible deals if you are so inclined at your neighborhood Hen House. And why would you not be inclined to get great deals back at the meat counter?
I do that at least three times a week.
I ask you that question right now. Why would you not
There's
be
no
so
reason
inclined?
not to.
I would agree. You can find all great specials at Hen House at henhouse.com.
Better quality and better prices than even discount stores.
Yes, go check it out.
I never go anywhere
henhouse.com.
else.
Get your loyalty card today. Great savings to be had. You can find them all at henhouse.com. All right, let's get things started. Let's hear from Brett Veach. Brett Veach was a guest on the Peter Schrager podcast. Brett Veach talking about the Chiefs picking at number 9.
It's one of those things where that's part of free agency where you want to fill in some of those holes so you have maximum flexibility. But I think it's just I think the mindset is, to have all your bases covered. And, I think that there's many different ways we can go.
Is it exciting?
Yeah. I mean,
it's got to be fun. Like, all right, now I'm going to get one of these prime guys. It sucks to be in the top
It's a unique
10.
draft. So, it's one of those drafts where, listen, there's great players up and down the board. There's not 4 quarterbacks, and
Myles Garrett's not in this draft.
Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, Will Anderson, they're not in that draft. But again, not to say there aren't great players in this draft. But that's where we wanted to get a lot of work done in free agency and have flexibility and add a great player that's going to come in here and help us win and help us compete. But I think we have a lot of work to do on both sides of the football, and we added Kenneth Walker, and we have some good core pieces on the offensive line in place. But whether it be receiver or edge rusher or defensive back, I think really anything's in play. And it's hard to say when you're at 9 because you don't know how the first 8 picks are going to go. I mean, I can tell you if we were picking 2, who would be a likely candidate, but picking 9, you're kind of at the mercy of some of these other teams and their decisions. So I think it's just a matter of going through all the scenarios and being prepared to take, to work through who's left, and so we'll see how it goes.
What did you take from that?
That was a little harder to follow than a lot of the things I've heard.
Well, you can hear him
particularly
censoring
early.
himself, like, okay, what do I want to say here? I don't want to give anything away, but I think Brett Veach is thoughtful and does try to answer with meat in his answers when he talks to the media. And I could tell you from when we sit there in front of him and we can see him, there are times when you hear that pause because it was kind of awkward there at the beginning. I know what he was doing. He was looking up because he kind of looks up and then he thinks and he's formulating in his head, okay, I want to give something here, but I'm not going to give anything away. And so what can I say? And so I think that was going on there. But I don't know. We're not going to play the whole thing again because it's kind of a long cut, but I kind of want to listen to that back again. Just to, we're not going to do it again, but.
Tempting.
I'll say this. Last night on our Red Golden Bowl podcast, I'll throw a plug. Me, Jeff Chidi, and Sam McDowell did a 7-round mock draft, right? And we used different draft simulators to where we would let it pick all the other people, and then we would pick based upon who it had taken. So all of these were either, it was PFF, and I can't remember what the other one was, but all these are ones that are programmed by people who know football, right? Yeah. So this is not like you're not going to be listening to it and in the 7th round we're taking, I will tell you in all likelihood in the 7th round we're taking guys that'll probably go in the 5th because I think it's impossible for everyone to understand where the board goes. Or in the 5th round we took somebody who won't even get drafted, right? Because it just fans out so much as you get lower.
Right.
But it was real software. We had to make decisions based upon how it works. And all 3 of us said we did multiple runs at this to get a feel for where it was. Like Sam was real adamant that if he did it, he said he did one where Bailey was there at 9, but he said all the others he wasn't, and no one thinks he's going to be there. He said, so I'm not using that one and going with Bailey, right? And I used one where Mauiago was there, the offensive tackle from Miami, and that's the one I ended up using. But I had multiple ones that came back with where he was there at 9, right? I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's going to go up around 3 or 4. But if he doesn't go 3 or 4, I do see the scenario where he could slide down. Anyway, my point to Veach kind of struggling there, as I ran it time and time again, And I'll do it a bunch more times because I think it's. I told my buddy about the simulators, and he's like, "Wow, that's kind of addictive." I'm like, "Yeah,
very, very
especially
much
when
so.
you nerd out and start trading, and then when you also start bringing up some of the trade charts, and so you start offering realistic trades, and you're like, I've got 27 picks in this draft. This is incredible. You can really nerd out on them. But the thing that I found is, I went back to what I was standing there in Indianapolis with me and Lebo. When Brett Veach said, we were always picking like 30, 31, 32, and we're like, man, if we could just be 23 or 24. Because now we're picking 9, and I'm like, oh, if we were just picking 4th or 5th. I totally see that. I don't think that was just hyperbole. When I run it through numerous times, the guys that I think are no-brainers don't get there very often.
No.
Like, I am constantly like, you got to trade back. And so I wonder if that's, his consternation there. Does he want to start putting the message out like, hey, we're open for business to trade back? He doesn't need to do that because every GM, he said that in our pre-draft meeting, said, no, we've checked in with every team and we know where they are. And they've already got trade scenarios. They've already got the picks on, I don't know if it's a piece of paper, probably on a computer. And so it's like, okay, we have 6 spots where we can trade up. Like I'm talking about years past when they're picking 30 or 31. Here are the teams that are interested. Here's the draft chart that they use. So we need to talk. This is how they're going to value the picks. Here are the picks we've got, and here's how we're going to do it. Right? So if we got to go to the Texans at 10, I'm talking about years past, they use this chart. This is the cost it's going to be. This will be our offer. Take it or leave it. We're a little short. We're a little heavy. We really want to get up there. We don't. Wherever it is. Then our next spot is 14. Our next spot is 19. And then we got this at 25. And all those are loaded. And I think it sucks that we're cutting down to 8 minutes this year, by the way, in the first round.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a better television show. And I don't know if they're listening to their broadcast partners. I hope this is the teams saying we don't need this time, because I actually don't think it's a better television show. Yeah. Because the picks start coming out on Twitter long before they ever get them on TV. And that gets annoying, right? Like, I know if you're on the Twitter sphere and you want to tell your buddies, hey, this happened, and he doesn't really follow it, and so they don't see it. That can be kind of fun to be like the NFL insider. But if you ask me, I'd be like, let's do 15 minutes. What are we in a hurry for? Don't, like, the NFL is the most popular thing. More commercial inventory. And even as the interest wanes later on, my assumption is that they're finding that the ratings really tail off. As your team comes off the board, all the casual fans tune out. And we're left with us hardcore nerds. And so I think they're trying to boost the ratings by keeping it shorter, keeping the audience longer, and then charge more per spot. Or the teams are like, we don't need the time.
Which I have a hard time believing that a team would say, that's too much time.
I fear the network is like, oh, wow, we got so much time to fill. Then fire some people. Because, listen, we shorten up our podcast a little bit. We don't do as much Chiefs talk out of season, right? I get it. But the more you narrow something down, the easier it is to talk longer about it. And last night we did an hour and 5 minutes, and we could have done 2.5 hours. Like, we were pushing ourselves to keep going on a schedule. Now, we had 9 picks each, so we're, each of us were commenting about the different 9 picks that we were making. And some of them were the same, just a handful of them. But, like, there's nothing better than being able to do a deep dive into something. We talk about, like, doing this show, which has the whole world open to us, is harder to do than our Central Bank pregame show, not just because of the 4 hours or 3 hours, just each hour of this show is a harder hour to do than each hour of the Central Bank pregame show. Because there's an absolute focus to what you're doing. You can drill 100 miles deep if you want to. They have just the NFL draft. And I am staggered by how shallow they go in the draft. Like, there is so much more to be mined.
For sure. Yeah,
and now we're going to cut it down to 8 minutes. And I'm like, we're literally just going to get them interviewing the top 5 picks like 9 times. Oh, let's go back over to Susie. Oh, remember in round 1? I mean, like, I don't understand why this is happening.
Same. And I think 15's too long, but 8's too short. I'm with you on that.
The
only positive is we'll get out of here a little earlier on on Thursday night, but I don't think that's worth it. I
listen,
think it cuts down some of the things that happen.
That show's going to be a layup this year with 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And we have the resources to throw it over to ESPN and get great national coverage. Because I think ESPN Radio, frankly, might do does a better job than ESPN television.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think because they give more analysis.
Yeah.
And ESPN becomes a slave to these little videos that they can have. And then they've brought 7 different sideline reporters, so they're going to throw it to them up on stage. And I'm like, I don't need to hear 5 minutes of the guy. Like, do you really need to hear an interview with any player?
No.
After they just got drafted?
Do not.
Telling us about how hard they worked and what it's meant to their family. I understand it's a wonderful moment for them. But I have heard that interview 100,000 times on draft day. It is so laborious and tedious. If you find someone that's got an incredible story, okay. And I'm not saying
they're the number one guy.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that, going through tough times, like, I'm not minimizing the tough times they've been through. But you bring a group of 30 people together from anywhere in this country, 20 of them will tell you some tough times. That's life, man.
Yep.
That's humanity. And I would just love to see them. Let's talk football. For God's sake.
If I'm a fan, I'm watching, I want to know the team that's on the clock. Talk about that. Talk about the team that's next. Hey, if this team goes here, what do they might be looking at the next pick, and how does that impact so-and-so down the line? That's what's interesting about the draft, is what is coming. What's happened, that's the one night where what just happened does not matter anymore.
It matters less.
To everyone but the fans of the team that it happened.
Yeah, you're serving the team. You're serving one team when you spend all this time on what just happened.
Yeah.
To me, it's about, okay, this guy came off the board. We thought he was going to go here. He just went there. That means this team is excited.
Yes.
This team might be thinking about moving up because now there's only one corner that we grade as a real first-round pick. That's the other thing. Get into that. How come we have been talking since Carl Peterson was the general manager on this radio show that there are not 32 real first-round picks?
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Miller will write about it on ESPN, but that never comes up on draft day. We go to Mel Kiper's big board, and I think Mel does a great job. I'm a big Mel fan, and I will fight anybody who says Mel sucks. You're a clown.
Yeah.
Okay? Mel does a fantastic job. He's been around for a long time. Maybe you don't like it that he's, a different kind of cat and his enthusiasm, but Mel Kiper has not gotten to Dickie V where he's just throwing out catchphrases. No. Mel studies the tape. He knows every player. He knows what he's talking about. He talks to GMs. He's wired in. Mel Kiper does a great job. But they treat his big board, so I want to underscore this. They treat his big board like, 2 is just a little worse than 1, and 3 is just like, we all know now that there's 10 to 25 real first-round picks. Let's talk about that. Hey, there's only 3 guys left that really warrant this.
Yeah.
And so these teams down here need one of those guys. They ought to be coming up. That, to me, is what all should be going on there.
Yeah.
And they just don't get to it.
If you're watching a game and something great happens, 3 drives later, let's go back and look at that play that happened, 15 minutes ago. No, you're thinking about what's happening right now, what down and distance it is, what's the defense in. You don't go, let's go back again and talk to the guy who saw that one play. That the game itself is, hey, what's next? You review something and then you put it away.
Well, and my fear is that either the talent on set, and I doubt this, but I'm going to give this as an option first. The talent on set doesn't like the Twitter sphere bombing them when they theoretically get something wrong. You're making predictions, unless you have insider information. And so they bristle. And so nobody wants to sit and analyze, well, this, and this. And then they go someplace else like, you're an idiot. We see it in this business all the time. Twitter will be like, I can't believe you. And they all the time I'll be like, hey, I think you're going to have to consider, taking this running back right here. You're such an idiot. You said they were going to take a running back. No, I said they would consider it.
Yes.
Right? And so, and it can be frustrating, right? But you're ESPN. But what I think is probably, and I don't think the talent probably messes with it, I think the exec's like, well, we look bad. Our guy didn't nail that. He didn't get that pick. You're not gonna. Just explain it, and then you can be like, wow, that's a surprise because this guy right here looks better, I wonder if there's a character issue with him. You know, he did have the arrest and such. There's just so much to do.
Yes.
It drives me crazy. That was not
and
where I had this segment going, by the way. But
no, and another one of our gripes is the third day.
Talk about the players.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like the picks are interrupting their show. Okay, we got to pick so-and-so.
Their show about the guy who went pick 9 2 days ago.
Let's go back to what the Packers did on Thursday night. It's 2:00 on Sunday. Tell me about the guy that this team just picked.
It's frustrating.
Insane.
All right, one more from Brett Veach again on the Peter Schrager podcast. Brett Veach talked about his new running back.
I think there was more doubt, like in the middle of the season, end of the season. I mean, really, he's a complete back. There's nothing he can't do, but just the ability to dominate in between the tackles, but yet also have that burst and acceleration to hit big plays from anywhere on the field. And I think his pass game is an underappreciated skill set. And
Catching the ball?
Catching, blocking, I think he can do it all. Now Seattle had a couple running backs there, and Charbonnet was really good at pass pro and was a reliable receiver. So those guys split a lot of the carries on the third down stuff. But I think having Creed Humphrey in the middle and Trey Smith and Kingsley on the left side, they're having those kind of road grading offensive linemen, just having that mentality to go out there and kind of enforce our will on the opposing defense, and then having a running back that can carry a load, that can do it all and run with power, run with speed, run with instincts, finesse. There wasn't a lot not to like about Kenneth Walker, and been a big fan of his since his days at Michigan State, and I'm certainly excited to see what he can add to this offense and make us more explosive.
That was a lot. That was my favorite one because he says, well, mid-season, he talks about the difference between what he looked like at the end and what he looked like in mid-season. But then he gets to the point about the road grading. I mean, Andy Reid had the comment about Kenneth Walker being able to run out of shotgun or under center, which had some people concerned. He's not changing anything. It's just going to be the same old RPO crap, right? He's just going to put Kenneth Walker in there instead of Isaiah Pacheco. But that, to me, sounds like a general manager that's ready for an offensive change. Does it not?
Yes.
I mean, he's talking about the strengths of the offensive line that we've talked about, that guard to guard will knock some people off the ball, and let's let them eat a little. That is, and again, Andy Reid may have just been sandbagging, but that to me was, I like hearing that. He's not going to call the plays. He's not going to design the offense. But if he's saying that, it does make me think that there's going to be more of that.
Yeah.
Or he wouldn't be saying it right now.
Mitchell Schwartz posted this last night. When is the last time Andy Reid has given any scheme or personnel information to the media that has been valuable and of substance? People are reading into him talking about running backs shotgun usage from a former team when OTAs haven't even begun and it's still March, and making judgments on what this season will bring. Come on, let's let them practice just one time before we do this.
I think that's a great point, but I think Mitchell should also understand that it's the passion of the fans giving a crap like that makes it matter. Like they're waiting on their edge of the seat.
I didn't take that as being a pushback on the fans, maybe more from commentators.
No, I take it as Mitchell Schwartz educating fans. I think he does a great job. And so, I agree with everything he said, 100%.
Yeah.
But I do think I don't think the Chiefs have to worry about anything they say. They're going to sell tickets. They haven't had enough losing to the 6-11's not going to keep people from going back. Pat's going to come back healthy, and everyone expects. And I think they've made some good moves, so there's going to be a lot of optimism. They're going to sell tickets. It's going to be fine. No one's going down giving Andy Reid a PR mission, But
right.
But I do like hearing Brett Veach say that.
Yep.
Because I do think it's what needs to happen. So
for sure.
Put me on team road graders, team run the ball, team knock some people over. I like anybody in the Chiefs organization talking that style of football. And I think it's also going to be what's best for Kenneth Walker when it's all said and done. So if we're going to get the best out of Kenneth Walker, that's what I want to see. I want to see them run that style of offense. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to welcome our man David Lesky from Inside the Crown. He will join us to talk some Royals baseball. It's coming up next here in the program.
The program with Soren Petro.
One's got a huge long one and one's got the regular size one. The great big long was too much.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, listen up. We've got hoops galore going on. The NBA coming down the stretch run. College basketball looking to crown a national champion. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties, they're all there. You can make money and make entries, win money right now in Missouri with Underdog. But you got to have the app. Download that Underdog app. Get your entries right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Just pick your favorite player. Go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, assists. All of them are there. Look, we got a big tournament weekend coming up. That will be a great time to have your Underdog app. Or tonight, do you like you some Nuggets? Do you like you some Jokic? Jokic higher on the points is never a bad idea. 24.5 points for Nikola Jokic is, sometimes easy. You can get in as assists, as rebounds. Find your stat. They're all there. All the players, all the stats are right there on Underdog, but you need the app. So download it today. Use that promo code Soren and score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, that's promo code Soren, S-O-R-E-N, when you download that Underdog app, and you can score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. It's all at Underdog, where you can make plays, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play. Get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpggambling.org.
Forbes asked and the people answered. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is one of America's best insurance companies. Forbes recognizes what our customers have known for generations. We are committed to protecting families and the lives they've built. For auto, home, life, and business protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
I am Mo Potacic. I am proud to be part of this community. For all your insurance needs, call me at 816-380-4591.
There's nothing more meaningful you can do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy time with you again, especially heading into vacation season. QC Kinetics takes care of your pain in the office, and you go right on with your day. That easy. So if you say yes to any of these questions, you are the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments help every.
Yes, let's talk some Royals baseball. David Lasky from Inside the Crown, also my co-host on our Kaufman Corner podcast, joins us here in the program to talk Royals. David, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing very good, and we feel a lot better after 2 wins, right? I mean, not to panic. Yeah. Sunday, the Royals had gotten a win, and we kept, stressing it's early. I will get to Carlos Estevez, something we talked about a lot, too, on the podcast here in a second. But it does feel better to just go ahead and even up and get to 500.
Well, they're in first place, so it's hard to be too upset about that, right? I mean, the season ends today; they're in the playoffs.
That is an important distinction to make. Yes, they're trying to think. Do they have if they would lose a tiebreaker to Cleveland? I don't even know if they would they be in a playoff spot 1-2?
No, probably not.
Well, no, they'd be in if they lose that tiebreaker. It'd be up to tiebreakers for a wild card. So it'd be nice to know that, like, hey, the Royals have held down at least a tiebreaker spot for the playoffs since April
Game
1st.
4.
Yeah, that would be a fun thing to be able to say the rest of the way. All right, let's get to Carlos Estevez. He goes on the DL. We talked about this. That was something that maybe they should have considered coming out. I don't think any of us are thinking the foot is really the issue that they are making it out to be, that this is more about it ain't there, you need to go down and find it, or do you see it differently?
Well, I think that I don't think they're that upset that he got hit by the ball on the foot, because it gave them, hey, your foot hurts, put a boot on and walk gingerly. I mean, I think that probably didn't hurt things for them. I imagine they were not the most upset that they had an excuse. I guess you could argue they had an excuse because he was throwing 89 miles per hour, and they could say, hey, there's something wrong with you. We don't know what. But they clearly weren't going to do that. So now he's on the IL. Now he's got a chance to at least, 12 more days, because they backdated it 3 days. So there's basically 2 weeks to figure this out. And I think, was it Annie Rogers who tweeted out something about work on his delivery too?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm thinking, we saw this. Reynaldo Lopez pitched Game 2 for the Braves, and I understand most people don't follow the Braves. I get it, in Kansas City at least, but he was having velocity issues in spring training, and they claimed, and they mentioned this on the broadcast too, so you probably heard this there if you didn't know, but they claimed that he made a tweak in his delivery, and all of a sudden his velocity was back, and it was back. And so maybe it's a mechanical thing, and this gives them a chance to work it out so he can go on the IL. He can spend the next 10 days not doing anything. Then he can go to Omaha, and he can throw low leverage, or I guess everything in Omaha is technically low leverage, but he can work things out. And look, if the velocity comes back quickly, great, bring him back up. If it doesn't, he's got 30 days on a rehab assignment potentially. So the clock has started now. He's basically got 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and figure this out. And if it's not figured out by mid-May or whatever that is, then there's a problem. And if it is, great.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the hope. But if there's not, though, if he doesn't get it figured out, if he comes back and he's throwing the same way, what do they do?
I mean, I hate to say it, but I feel like that's DFA time. I mean, if he can't figure out how to pitch at a lower velocity, and I guess the question is, how is it 91? Is it 93? Is it 91, 92, 93, 94? Because there is a difference. And the other thing, too, it's not just that his velocity is not there. It's that his command and control have been terrible. At every game I've seen him pitch, WBC, spring training, Saturday night, there's no control and there's no command. And you can get by without 97. You can get by at 93 if you know where the ball is going. He doesn't even know where it's going. So I think there are levels to it, but if he still has no clue where the ball is going and he's still throwing 92 miles per hour, I mean, we're a ways from this. But at that point, you start to think, okay, the Royals' tenure's got to be over, because you can't pitch him, especially if you're trying to win. You cannot pitch something like that.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think that something's got to give, and the DFA they'll bring him back and give him a month, or I don't know, maybe does he just stay in the minors until the velocity reaches a certain point?
Well, right, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, the problem is they can't put him on a rehab assignment, and because once they do, then the clock starts ticking. So he can go to Arizona and not pitch on a rehab assignment and just throw the ball, which maybe that's what they do. Maybe they don't even start a rehab assignment until they see 95 or whatever, and then he has 30 days from that point. But yeah, I mean, I would not bring him back to the big leagues until he's mid-90s. I just wouldn't.
We're talking with David Lesky here in the program as we discuss the Kansas City Royals. Lucas Erceg to close now, right? That's the plan here, is that he will close and Strom will set up?
I would think so. I mean, I guess there could probably be, I could see a scenario where before the game they say, hey, if the 8th sets up this way and then the 9th, it's going to be reversed. I could see a little bit of matchup playing, but I don't think they'll do a lot of that. I think Erceg is going to get that last inning, and he's done it. Strom really hasn't done that before. I think he's got a few saves. I don't have it in front of me, but he's never really been a closer. He's always been not always been a top-tier setup man, but in the last few years he's been a top-tier setup man. I think it'll be Erceg more often than not. But they've got some options. I mean, Nick Mears looked great. It was one game on Monday. John Schreiber got the save. Lynch was throwing 96. I mean, there are options, but I think it'll be Erceg.
Real quick, we have some breaking news. Curtis, where did this come from?
This actually came from Kansas basketball.
Okay, Kansas basketball sent out, Jayhawk Nation, with renewed clarity and the ongoing support from our administration, I remain focused and committed to Kansas basketball, competing for a national championship. I look forward to seeing and hearing the best fans in college basketball next season at Allen Fieldhouse. Coach Bill Self.
And the tweet from Kansas basketball says he's not going anywhere.
Bill Self will be back.
I'm staying
as the head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks. So don't need to worry about who they're going to go after.
Jayhawk Nation, rejoice.
I think there will be great rejoicing.
I don't think he'll close for the Royals, though.
No, I don't think he will either.
Just throwing that out there.
He might be better than Estevez was the other night.
He could be.
And the fact that it's a question is a problem. But, they've addressed it. He's on the IL, and Bill Self is coming back. So there's the two pieces.
And Kansas basketball, the Twitter account actually tweeted out a couple minutes before they released that statement. This account will not be acknowledging nor participating in April Fool's Day. We tell you this because ... and then they tweeted out the next day.
Okay.
Well done.
That's a good call.
Didn't even think about that because I'm not 12.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they did. That's well done. All right. So, again, if you're just getting into your car, Bill Self has now let it be known. KU basketball has tweeted out his comments that he looks forward to seeing and hearing the best fans in college basketball as they are still committed to winning a national championship, and it will be Bill Self as the head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks. We'll talk more about that coming up in our next segment. Right now, though, we're talking to David Lesky from our from Inside the Crown, great blog that we encourage everybody to subscribe to. All right, so sorry, and I was a little bit off kilter because we were looking at that while you were answering and trying to garner our thoughts. So I know you were just talking about Erceg setting up and all that. How encouraging is it, though, that we saw, and we discussed it going into the home opener, that Erceg and Strom weren't going to be available. And, our recipe for success was score a bunch of runs to where you don't need elite bullpen help. And instead they find themselves in a 2-run game, and the bottom of the bullpen comes through and allows no runs. I mean, how encouraging is that?
It's huge. I mean, like I said, Lynch at 96 is very different than Lynch at 92 or 93. It's the same thing as Estevez, right? I mean, velocity helps mask a lot of issues. And he looked really good. It's only a few pitches because he didn't need very many pitches, but he looked good in spring training too. Nick Mears looked fantastic in an inning. It was one inning, and then it was John Schreiber who got the job done. Schreiber's so interesting to me because I think the Royals like him a lot more than they should, and I think the fan base hates him a lot more than they should. He's somewhere in the middle, but he's been pretty reliable for 2 years. It's just there have been moments where he wasn't. I think that you feel really good about what they've got, and even Bailey Falter on opening day. Give him a couple runs, but what did he strike out? 4 or 5? I can't remember what he did in 3 innings, but he gave them some length, which is pretty much all he needs to do. Is when he's used, it's because they need some length. Great, he did it, and I think you feel pretty good about that. Now they're adding Steven Cruz to the bullpen, who was very solid last season. I think a lot of people wanted Lunder Avila, which I understand, but they're stretching him out as a starter, so he's not that guy they're calling up right now. So you have to feel really good about this bullpen. And look, it's bullpen. That could change very quickly because that's what bullpens do. But to start the season, it's been really encouraging.
I love what you said because you were the one to talk about it first about Daniel Lynch. The velocity being up, and we saw it applied, and we saw it work well for him. And is this his final year under Royals club control?
No, well, I don't think so. I think he's got maybe 2 more after this one.
Okay.
I actually don't know because he was up and down. So I think he's definitely lost some. I mean, he came up in 21. didn't, right? I think it was 21 and then up and down in 22 and 23. He's probably got, I think he's got at least one more. It might be two after this one.
But like, if he's going to be that kind of reliever, like one of the things you mentioned, the John Schreiber and where the fan base is, and I think you captured it perfectly. I would add to that the problem isn't Schreiber. The problem is that the Royals are not pushing him into the middle relief.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like, he is being asked to soak up important innings because they don't have somebody better. Kurtis had a great stat that, the bullpen, other than Estevez, one outing, had gone 11 innings and given up just 3 runs, but they'd only struck out 10. Right? Like, so they remain one of the few bullpens. I mean, you look at most teams' bullpens, they have almost everybody out of their pen comes out and strikes out like 10 plus, 11 plus per 9. And the Royals has
2 miles per hour.
Yeah, and the Royals don't have any of that. And I think that's the one place where they can still get better. And so, like, Schreiber, I think if he was your middle guy and you brought him in like, hey, it's the 4th and we've scored 4, but our guys, giving up 5, and we got a man on first and nobody out, and he comes in and gets you out of that inning and then gets you another couple of outs, or he gets you 2 outs to get out of that inning, and then he gets you another 3 outs, and then the team comes back and wins. People are talking about, John Schreiber. I mean, how clutch was that he came into the game? But instead, he's asked to come in and be a setup guy, be a back-end guy, because they have not been able to get those power, true back-end of the bullpen guys, into the mix. And so that forces him into roles that really his abilities say he shouldn't be at. Really, that's almost all the Royals relievers should all be kind of pushed up. They don't have the quantity of dominant fireballing guys that most other bullpens do.
No, you're right. And I will say it's encouraging with Urseg, too. He's scored 98, 99. I don't remember a lot of that last year after the back injury in, what was that, May? It was in Minnesota, I remember, that he got hurt. But whenever it was, I don't remember him hitting nearly 100 as consistently as he had in his first 2 outings. That's 2 outings. But that's encouraging, too, from his side. And Strom gets strikeouts, and he hasn't pitched much. I mean, he only threw 4 pitches on Sunday, but he'd gone back-to-back. That's why he didn't go on Monday in the home opener. But, they need to get more strikeouts. And you're right, John Schreiber's a middle reliever who has been masquerading as a setup guy with the Royals. And he's been okay. It's not been, again, it's not been as bad as I think some people would make it seem. But you're right. He should be pitching the 6th inning. He should be pitching the 5th inning. He should, occasionally get a 7th inning. And so, for the Royals to be as good as they want to be, they need to either get Estevez back and pitching and right, or somebody's got to step up, whether that's Steven Cruz or Luinder Avila, or Mason Black comes up and does what he did in spring training, or Ryan Bergert ends up as a weapon in the bullpen. Whoever it is, it doesn't ultimately really matter who it is. But, yeah, you're right. They need to have somebody come in that you go, okay, I know we're going to get he can get 2 strikeouts in this inning any given night. And they don't have enough guys you feel that way about.
Just looking at Lynch's status moving forward, 2 more years of arbitration, and then he's an unrestricted free agent in 29.
So he's got 26, 27, 28. He's got this year and 2 more?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I guess they avoided
David.
arbitration with the deal he's currently on for this year.
But,
right.
So then he's got arbitration 27 and 28. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So they got plenty of control of him. So that's good that he's found himself as a reliever, and now they're going to be able to get the most out of him. So you nailed it, David. Very impressive.
Boom.
Very impressive. I love it. When do we say this is something we tackled a lot? It is early. I'm not panicked, but I asked this question on Monday, and nobody volunteered an answer. Not in this room. I mean, amongst listeners. When is it okay to be concerned about the offense? When is it not early? When are they okay? They can't figure out how to get started hitting the ball. When do we say enough?
I'm gonna pick a random number that I really have not thought about. April 20th. Let's give it 3 weeks. 3 weeks of baseball is they have an off day every week. No, they don't actually. They have 12 straight days. I think by the time you get to April 20th, I'm not looking at the schedule right now, but they're probably, what are they going to be at? 20 games. I think an eighth of the season, I think, is a fair point to say, all right, I'm concerned. Now, if you want to say, no, it's 12 games or 16, whatever, I'm not going to argue with you too much, but I think about 18, 20 games is the right time.
And that's not to say that, okay, you're making wholesale changes. I'm asking, when is it okay to be concerned? Because right now, if you voice that they're not scoring, it's like, well, but it's early. I mean, it's too early. I'm like, okay. But it seems like we go from it's early to when the hell are these jackasses going to score? Well, like, there's no, like, that's why I like to put some marks on the calendar. We're not going to panic until we get here. And I asked the question, when about concern? Concern is there. The next question then is, when does change come? And that's that's more the 40-day Memorial Day timeline, right?
They're not going to. Well, yeah. Think about, like, when did they sent Melendez down really early last year. So, but that was a different scenario. I mean, that wasn't just like, oh, he's struggling. That was, oh, he's struggling. So that was different. And they DFA'd Renfroe, late May. It was before Memorial Day. I can't remember exactly what date it was. But I mean, mid-May, I think, is when real change happens, if there's going to be real change. So I wouldn't say it's like, it's not tomorrow, but it's also not that far away, I don't think.
I'm glad you brought up MJ Melendez, because there was 2 years of war. It was like a last chance for MJ Melendez.
Right. That's fair, too. It wasn't just the 15 games or whatever.
Yeah.
2 years.
It was a different scenario. Is there anybody on this roster that's on their last chance right now in the offense?
I don't think so. I mean, just trying to go through every position player.
I don't think there is.
I can't. I guess you could say, hey, if Kyle Isbell, which he homered, obviously, he's actually had a great start to the season in 3 games he's played. I guess you could say if he's hitting 112 in 3 weeks, maybe he's a guy who sits down. But I don't see anybody else that fits. Not on the offense. It's actually not on the pitching staff either, really. So no, I don't think there is anybody.
No, I don't think so either. So it's a different situation. I think the guy who the clock will tick on fastest, you mentioned Isbell. I would say Jack Caglione.
I think the difference with Caglione, yes. The thing about Caglione is we saw the mental impact he had last year, and I think they're very cognizant of that. And so if he struggles quickly, and they start to see the mental impact, I could see him going down. I'm not next week, but I could see it very fast if they see an issue. And that's, we haven't seen that yet. And he's had a couple. He had a really good game in his first game back. First game on Saturday night, 2 for 3, I think, right? 2 for 4, whatever it was. He hasn't done much since then, and so we'll see. But he's the one who I could see go down just because of a potentially mental issue.
Yeah, he's the one I think it's the most critical to get off to a decent start.
Yeah,
you know,
agreed. And even like Carter Jensen, we talked about him on the podcast, but he had success, A, and B, he doesn't seem to be that guy who carries that with him. I mean, everybody does eventually, right? Like if he's hitting 115 on May 1st, who knows how he's going to react? But I think Caglione's the most important to get off to that fast start.
Yeah, I think so as well. We're talking to David Lesky here in the program. Interesting that it started with a lefty and Cole Reagans, but then it went right, left, which sets us up to go left, right, left, right. Are you surprised at that, or is there a natural spot? I mean, there isn't with 12. They got 12 games in a row, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it because I said this too on Monday or Sunday night, but teams, I think part of the issue with why hitters struggle so much with lefties is because they don't see them very often, and all of a sudden you're giving the Twins 3 straight days against a lefty. I don't know that it matters for the Twins. I don't think they're especially good, but you're giving them that's a lot of days against a lefty in a row to get comfortable. And look, they brought up Daniel Lynch, so it's another lefty. You might see Bailey Falter. You might see Matt Strahm. I mean, the Twins are going to get to see some lefties and get comfortable. So I don't like that in this series. Now, it's not always going to be all 3 lefties in 3 games. It more often than not, it'll be 2 in one and 1 on the other, if that's how it lines up. But even so, that's still you're giving teams a chance to get comfortable against left-handed pitching, which I don't love. And I do wonder if maybe they said, hey, we're going to start this way, but then there's an off day and there's going to be a rain out, and we're eventually going to get Bubic in front of Seth Lugo or whatever, and then it goes left, right, left, right, left. I missed one, but yeah, for now, I don't love 3 lefties in a row.
Yeah, it's not ideal for me. That's for sure. All right, is Noah Cameron, how important is this start for him? He didn't have the best spring training, even though he had a great year last year. How important is tonight for him?
I think pretty important, because you're right. He didn't have a very good spring training. Now, I think Arizona is not a great spot for a guy like him. I also think it's not great for Waka or Lugo. So it's those type of pitchers that give up some contact, and when you give up contact in a hitter's environment, well, you're going to be in trouble. But look, we talked about confidence with Caglione. Even the guys who don't struggle with it, it's still important that they get off to a good start, because we've talked about this before. You don't want to look at a 200 average. You don't want to look at a 770 ERA either. So I think, it doesn't have to be great, but if he goes 6 innings, gives up 3 runs, I don't think he feels bad about that. But I think it's important that he does it.
Yeah, I do too. You want to feel good. Now, the good news is you got depth down on the farm, right?
Right.
Like Ryan Bergert, first guy up. You feel like you've got guys that have really equal ability if you do have to go get them.
For sure. And Stephen Kolek, I think he'll be back. I think he's rehabbing in Arizona right now. He should be back in Omaha. I would be surprised if it's not in the next 10 days or so, based on the injury timeline. So he'll be ready to go. He was great down the stretch for the Royals last year. So you're right. They've got depth if it doesn't work out. But you'd like to keep that depth and not have to go to it.
Yep. Royals and Twins, game number 2 of this 3-game series, and then a day game tomorrow, and then 3 against the Brewers. Friday night baseball on Apple TV. I don't know if that's a big deal or not. I have Apple TV. I'll watch it. It's a national game on a streaming service that some people have. I don't know if it's a big deal or not.
They're actually on nationally in all of their first 9 games in some capacity.
No.
Yeah, it's like one of them is like ESPN Unlimited, which I think I don't even know what that means, but there's an opportunity to be seen nationally for the Royals. I think it might be 8 of the 9, but it's either 8 of the 9 or all of the first 9.
Wow, that's not bad. Not bad. David, great stuff. Look forward to talking to you again next week, my friend.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
But first, the La Feta Delicatessen, end of the hour answer. 50 years ago, Indiana beat Michigan for the national title. What other event was happening at the same time?
Okay, so this is 76. 81 was...
Reagan being shot.
Was overshadowed that. And so this is the 76 national championship game?
Something was happening that night. You cannot imagine happening the same night now.
Somebody else get shot?
No.
Opening day used to always coincide. Used to always be the same day as the national championship game.
Non-sports related.
And you couldn't imagine it happening now?
No. And this will tell you how big or not big the championship game was in 1976.
God, I'm drawing a blank.
The Academy Awards.
Oh, okay.
Was on a Monday night. In fact, at one point, Elliot Gould, the actor, was up announcing a winner, and the person he was with said, "And the winner is," and he looks into the front row and goes, "Indiana 86-68." I was almost 10, not even 10 years old. I remember that moment like it was yesterday.
Because you were watching the Academy Awards and not the basketball game.
The game had already ended.
Okay.
Because he had the final score.
There you go.
Yeah. The Academy Award. Can you imagine the Academy Awards being on the night of the national championship game now?
No.
It wasn't much in 76.
Again, our thanks to David Lesky. Also, if you didn't hear it, this came across while we were talking to David, the post from Kansas basketball. Jayhawk Nation, with renewed clarity and the ongoing support from our administration, I remain focused and committed to Kansas basketball competing for a national championship. I look forward to seeing and hearing the best fans in college basketball next season at Allen Fieldhouse. Coach Bill Self. He's back, and now we can find out if they're going to land the number one player in the country.
Yeah. Now we go on Tyron Stokes' watch and see who does or doesn't hit the portal.
Yeah. I am surprised. I'm surprised. It looked to me like a guy was walking away. I don't think do you think we go through this all again, or do you think this is the last year? Do you think he announces this is his last year? Or is it just going to be a year-by-year health thing? Like, he may end up quitting mid-season because his doctors go, no, this is it. But as long as he's healthy, he's going to keep going. I don't know. What do you think?
Anytime something's happened more than once, I think it's a much greater chance that it happens a third time. So I do think it's going to be year to year. If he gets through this season feeling good, he still might say, nah, I couldn't. This is the first time he's really thought about it at this point. He may get to the end and go, that was too much. Or, you know what, I actually feel pretty good. I think it's completely dependent on how he feels over the next 12 months.
I will say congratulations to you, Kansas Jayhawk fans. I think it's great news. One of the greatest coaches of all time will remain the head of your program. I'll say congratulations to college basketball fans, too. I think it's great for the sport.
I love covering Bill Self. I love hearing him talk.
He's thoughtful. Yes. He's an adult.
Yes.
Not getting pissy and whining like Putz Boy at UCLA and Mick Cronin.
College basketball.
Thank you.
College basketball is a better place with Bill Self in it.
Will he have a bitch boy next year?
I hope so.
I hope, though. By that I mean not really like on the roster. I mean, like, will he have a quote like that we love and we keep as a drop forever? We hope so.